Yo, 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 welcome into the Real Fantasy Playmakers. Spencer the Guru here. We've got a packed show tonight discussing the best defenses in the NFL. That's right. Everyone loves defense. You might not admit it, but guess what? Defense wins championships, damn it. Everyone loves quarterbacks, receivers, all that, but guess what? The defense is very important, so that's what we're going to focus on today's Real Fantasy Playmakers. Also going to discuss the latest training camp news for show. We're going to run this intro thing and then bring the playmakers out. Let's get it.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. 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 We make plays every day, yeah.
Hell yeah, we make plays every day. Damn right. Each and every day. So let's get these playmakers out, man. Our first panelist I like to bring out, man. On a heart to start, fellas, man, bringing the isms each and every show. He is in the gym every day, shooting them jumpers, y'all. You already know it, man. Heart to start, JT, a.k.a. the Guccini. What's happening, man?
What's up, bro? Shout out to the whole Guru Nation. You know, we multi-streaming on 4 different platforms, maybe 5, man. I lost count a couple
4.
minutes ago, 100%, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Guru Nation. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Jim.
Guru Nation.
On everything. I should have pressed it. I was fucking up, bro.
All good.
With it. Oh, everything. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Miles Peacock channel, man. 100%, man. God, we talking defenses tonight, man. Let's get it in, big bro. 100%. Hey, one more thing though before you bring it in, man. I wish we could have let that slap the whole way. Every time that shit come on, man, I get to ready to. We make plays every day. Oh, every day. Shout out to the that make that motherfucking shit, man. I know him personally, man.
Yep, stick around to the end because that's gonna be the outro, the Playmakers full joint. We gave y'all the little teaser there at the intro, but y'all gonna hear the full Playmaker song for the outro this time. So y'all stick around for that. But yeah, we've got plenty to get to before then. Let's bring out our next panelist, y'all. Repping the H, man. H-Town till we drown has the illest graphics in the game, the illest merch, neonpeacockmerch.com. Here he is, folks, the Neon Peacock himself.
Yeah! Top of it, brothers. Appreciate you all. Appreciate everybody out there who stopped on over at the website, neonpeacockmerch.com, and grabbed themselves some awesome gear, some great merch. We got the nickname Hall of Fame brought to you straight out of the brain from our man, Bogart Scott-Free, most of those joints. So make sure you guys head on over to the website. Still got a lot of fresh gear out there for y'all to pick up. Not only t-shirts, but we got jackets, we got mugs, we got the whole deal, mouse pads, you name it, bro. So go over there, check it out, neonpeacockmerch.com. Like I said, I appreciate everybody who ran up for the sale. That stuff was dope. Had a lot of sales. Really appreciate y'all, man. Every single one of those sales goes right back into supporting me and the website and what we do and just kicking out those dope ass graphics. So really appreciate y'all. And we're here to rock it, man. We got a good show tonight talking about that defense. So let's get it.
Right. Yeah, with D'Amico Ryan, y'all got a nice defense there in the H. So yeah, excited to talk about all that. And another team with a good defense, y'all, is the New York Jets. And this next panelist is a big Jets fan, always repping the Jets gear. And he really brings the isms, y'all. He doesn't have, like, his own channel or nickname or really any of that yet. But, like, he's got the isms, y'all. He's one of the most rising stars in this fantasy football space, man. We got him here as one of our newer playmakers, but he's killing it, y'all. Let's bring him out, y'all. Kidda!
What up, Spencer? JD, Miles? Good shit on that sale you had. I had to cop me some of them shirts as well. There's a lot of people I've seen. And what's up, chat? If you're new here, subscribe.
Oh, yeah,
like,
we're going to shout out the chat stuff very soon. Yeah.
You know, it's like we got this coming on the regular, so be sure to tune in for future episodes, and thanks for tuning in for today.
Right on, kid. Right on. Yep. The founding father at GW and has to be brought out last. So because of that, we actually have one more panelist who pulled up here. He snuck up on us there, but we already know that his next guest is going to have all the news, all the isms for us. one of our playmakers repping the Chargers and hailing from Texas. Y'all welcome in Lee.
Peace.
What's up, bro?
What's up,
Good
Lee?
evening, guys.
Hey, he just lurking back there, huh?
Yes.
Got all the news. Got all the news for us.
You got the dungeon.
Yep, the dungeon, bro. But yeah, we got all the training camp news coming soon from Lee. But let's bring out the founding father, y'all. You already know him, man. The GWN man himself, y'all. Bogart Scott Free.
Hey, hey, man, feeling great. We're about 40 milligrams in of these sativa gummies I got. They're freaking awesome. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. And before we get to this lovely chat and shout everybody out, man. Welcome to Playmakers. Tonight, we're breaking down that D.
Pause. Pause.
Yo,
Pause.
I knew it was
Pause.
foul. I was waiting.
Pause.
I do like the long pause. Pause. I had to pause the long pause.
Yeah, you're just going in deep, aren't you?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, man, let's check out this chat, baby. Who we rocking with?
Yeah, let's shout them out, y'all. I'm going to go from the top to the bottom here. Let's see it. Well, Lee's already in the room himself, so we don't have to.
What
we
up,
already
Lee?
got him out. Kojo up in here. What up, Kojo?
Kojo.
And then, of course, Derek. Shout out to the homie Derek. Always encouraging the people to like and subscribe. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got Ghost Monkey up in here.
Big
drop
Ghost.
the thumbs up.
Facts. We got Tino.
What up, Twin?
What's up?
Big
We
gang.
got Big AWS. What up,
What's
bro?
up, Tax? You know you got it,
What's
big
up?
breast. You got the draft, my nigga.
Yep. What
Yep.
up, Big?
And we got the Cool MC Song. What up, bro?
What up, man? He's cooling. You know me. What up, Song?
And we got Josh. What up, bro?
What up, John? The fella.
Salute. Yes, indeed.
Salute, Josh.
Yes. That's all we got so far. I'm sure we'll have plenty more that
Yeah.
pile in this thing. But yeah, let's talk about that defense.
Pause.
I threw the fence
Where you
in
want?
there,
Where you want to
man.
take this deep, Spencer? Pause.
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
Big
well,
pause.
since y'all are Niner fans, bruh, let's
Who's got
talk. Let's
the best team?
get right off the rip through it. The Niners, bruh, because I'm a little bit concerned about them because like it's one of them deals to where y'all lost a little bit. I know y'all gained some in the free agency, but like there's also y'all lost some pieces as well. So, what are y'all thoughts on the Niners defense this year with the new D coordinator? Still see y'all the top 5 unit, or will there be some drop off?
I love what they brought in comparing to what they lost, especially being able to go get.
Lee, put it on mute. Lee.
Got it. Yeah, I got him. I got it.
Yeah, able to go ahead and get Gross and what's my boy's name that they got from Buffalo in the offseason?
Leonard Floyd. Yeah, Leonard
Yep.
Floyd. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then being able to bring in Malik Collins to pair him with Hargrave. You know, our weakest spot is our fucking our
That's
corner outside, the interior, but also as well as the opposite corner of
Oh yeah. In our second area.
Ward. You know, Ambry Thomas, if you remember in the playoffs, especially against the Green Bay game, he's part of the reason why Green Bay had two TDs because it was the pass interference. He was getting.
Who was it? Was it Avery?
It was Ambry Thomas.
Oh, Avery Thomas. There you go.
Ambry Thomas, because
There
you
you
got
go.
Diamondor Lenore playing in the nickel.
In the nickel.
I mean, so if we were able to get a little bit more help at corner, which they did take a corner in the second round out of Florida State. I can't think of his name right offhand, but they're trying to solidify that outside corner because you got Laminor, excuse me, I'm pronouncing his name wrong.
Yep.
His contract is coming up as well. You know what I mean? Why do you
Yeah, I
think
think it's just, Lenore. Yeah,
Lenore. And then
Diamador Lenore. Yeah, it's nickel.
And then the reason why they brought in
Forevermore.
Renardo Green's the one y'all brought in. And you also brought in Isaac Yadam from my Saints.
Isaac Yankum. Yeah.
and And another reason, and Bogey brought this up, and I was watching this clip when we did on Smoke Coast podcast. Reason why they brought in Malik Mustafa is because they might be moving away from Hufanga, especially since he don't come back until later on in the season.
Yeah,
so
he was ready for money too. Like, if
you remember this from 2 weeks ago, you called it the re-up. This is the re-up for the Niners. What they're doing, you've seen it in this draft. They're starting to replace players that they know that they're going to have to replace starters down the road 100%. So I'm not too scared about us falling out of top 5 because they were a top 5 defense last year. It just sucked in the playoffs that they gave up all those run yards. But that's the reason why they brought in Malik Collins. And good rotation on the defensive line, 100%. You get Drake Jackson back this year. You brought in your Tour Gross, so hopefully he's 26. So hopefully under the tutelage of this defensive line, it gets better. So I'm not scared of the defense of the Niners.
Yeah, and I will say we were bottom 5 in pressure rate last year, but we were still close to the top of the totem pole with like you know what I mean, QB pressures and things of that nature. So it is kind of crazy that we weren't blitzing like we're normally used to seeing the Niners be aggressive there. That because Steve Wilkes was last year's coordinator. He was a defensive back minded guy. You know what I mean? He came from being a DB's coach and then became a DC down there in Carolina, and like you know what I mean. And he always built from the back to the front. See, our new coordinator now that we brought in, we're going to see a little more reminiscent of some D'Amico Ryan's solid type pressure up front, right? Because you know what I'm saying, we got monsters up front. We need to unleash Bosa. You know what I mean? And I mean, we're going to continue to have that glaring hole in our secondary with our second corner option. That's just the way it's been this past, like since the whole Shanahan era, even. But
what up, Candlestick?
What up, David?
Yeah, we talking about your Niners, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the gang. But see, but I will say, as long as we're a top 5 offense, we're gonna be able to tee off on defense. So if that drops
and
off,
Steamboat.
What up, Steamboat?
Gang.
Shout out to the gang. You know what I mean?
Yep. Facts. But yeah, that's a good point. You know, having that great offense definitely helped take some of the pressure off the young defense because, I mean, y'all definitely have depth like along the D line, a lot of veteran depth at Gross Matos, a really good depth piece y'all added there. And then fucking Devondre Campbell, bro. I mean, with Drake Greenlaw. That Devondre Campbell signing was crucial, bro. And then I think the big key to y'all secondary is can Jair Twig Brown step up, because if Twig Brown
he gave up the big ones last year.
I know, he was kind of ass last year, but if he can step
came
up,
on in the stretch,
but that's
that
why
makes him expendable, bro.
Because that's why the rumors of Justin Simmons is floating around too. Because of
give me that.
That's one of the reasons.
You know, if it's an arms race and we're going to war and you expect us to go all the way, I expect it to be the Chiefs there. And I will say, one Patrick Mahomes used to always fear a Justin Simmons. He would always be like, you got to look out for where Simmons is at. What number did he wear? 30? 20 something?
31.
31. Yeah, he'd always be like, you got to look out for 3-1. See, where's 3-1? And before I get that
ball, rumors to be interested in Simmons, but we'll see if that ever pans out. I doubt it at this point.
Yeah, and like he has been, he's been already, rumored to be tied to a couple of teams already, including the Niners. But I think he's just now at this point, he's like, okay, where is the contender and with the most money? I think that's the phase we're in with Justin Simmons, because also you don't rush to sign right now. It's training.
He's a veteran. He's a proven veteran. Oh, everything.
Yeah, exactly. He's kicking it right now. He's fishing or something.
100%. No, facts. Now, hey, Candlestick, watch out for Malik Collins, though, bro. If you remember when Saxonville was Saxonville, he was a part of that, bro. Oh, my mama. Malik Collins is the boy, bro. He got paid for Denver. And then, look, when he got paid, they also added DJ Jones. If we would have been DJ Jones, he was like a 5th-round pick.
DJ Jones, he balled out enough to get him a bag with Denver after
100%.
That last year with the Niners, he did his thing. Yeah, because he was shitting on fucking what we thought would be our guy was fucking Javon Kinlaw. DJ Jones
I'm outplaying him.
DJ Jones might have had like 4.5 sacks that year, I think. He was getting it.
Facts. But yeah, we got a lot more teams to discuss here. So where y'all want to just keep going NFC West, or y'all just kind of want to bounce
I
around?
was gonna say like San Francisco's not my number one. I was just gonna say probably like some other higher ranked or comparable defenses.
They're not my number one either.
Nominate ones that we feel have number one potential. Who y'all want to nominate next?
Jets.
Jets. All right, we'll go with the Jets. All right, Rob Salah's unit. Let's talk about him, y'all. We've got it looks like a pretty strong defensive front, but Hassan Reddick's holding out, bro. You know, so if that could be a problem. Yeah, Jermaine Johnson though, he looks like a real hitter on the other side, you know, and then Will McDonald, the other young bull there on the edge, and there Quentin Williams, of course, the beast in the middle. Then they got signed Javon Kinlaw and Solomon Thomas. So like solid guys right there, former Niners there, and then the linebackers with Quincy and Mosley, bro. That's one of the best linebacker tandems in the NFL. Because, I mean, Fred Warner, you know, at the Niners really good. But, I mean, shit, these Mosley, Quincy, really nice. And in the secondary, probably the biggest strength of the Jets being that you got Sauce, DJ Reed, and Michael Carter. Not the running back Michael Carter, the DB at nickel. He's really good. The safety's not quite as strong, but still a good room there with Tony Adams, Chuck Clark back from injury, and then Ashton Davis. You want to kick this one off, kid? Or you want the Jets hat on? What are your thoughts on that Jets gang green defense, bro?
They're going to be solid. Just for everyone out there that doesn't realize this, but I do play IDP.
Up,
so when it comes to the team defenses, we could all play favorites, but a lot of this is going to be something that you're going to be looking at to pick up on waivers, obviously. A lot of situations, you're going to draft a defense, and then 3 weeks later, you're going to drop them, right? It is all going to be subjective to the matchups that we are playing. I wouldn't ever fall in love with the defense. If you have to fall in love with the defense for some reason, don't be afraid to bench them. Drop somebody, pick up a better matchup, because oftentimes the waiver wire is going to be the place to get that better option, especially in like these smaller leagues that play team defense, like 8 and 10 team leagues. Yeah, like it's all matchup based, but individually, yeah, we got some pretty good hitters on there. Quincy, that's probably my favorite IDP. In terms of tackles, he was right up there with the league leaders. And then what I like about it is that they get him to come after the quarterback. So you're going to get the big plays as well as the tackles. And that's a big boost. Some weeks you're going to really annihilate your league with the Quincy Williams. Quentin Williams also, I like that play too.
I was going to say, go to his brother.
Yeah, right. Sauce is the flashy name, and as an actual fan, I really like the player. But be careful when it comes to IDP. Yeah, because those lockdown corners, sometimes they're not thrown to, so they don't have those tackle opportunities, and we all know that Sauce is one of the best out there. And then DJ Reed, though, that's a cornerback that you can actually roster and start on the IDP league, and he's good. He's gonna make the tackle. He's not gonna
too many yards after.
Yeah, he's not gonna whiff a tackle. He's pretty good at it. And overall, I'm excited about the Jets. With Aaron Rodgers back, I think the team has a chance to really push for a playoff spot. Yeah, but the defense is.
Aaron Rodgers, you better not go down on this.
I also like Oakland. Oakland is another guy. Guys, I think Oakland's got a really nasty defense. Not just Max Crosby, but the whole
Vegas. I was like general. Oakland.
Yeah.
The only thing they got left is the
Hey, it's the Las Vegas Raiders, bro. You're right.
Yeah, the Los Oakland Raiders.
Hey, come on.
They'll probably end up back in Oakland. And
that's what they be saying.
In Oakland, they went to Los Angeles. They went back to Oakland.
What's the comedian? He be wearing the dread. He be wearing the dread wig.
Oh, you talking about Sonny Bo?
Yeah, Sonny Bo, hella funny, man.
My
mama. Hey, Los Oakland blood.
Yeah, and then
Plus,
shout out
all
to
the
Joe
Raiders.
Morley, bro. Shout out to Joe Morley, big
That's my
Raider
dog.
fan. So
Shout
that's
out
a
to Joe.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
I fuck
perfect
with Joe Morley.
segue. Let's talk about the Raiders defense because I think they legit could challenge it. They'll at least be they were a top 10 unit last year, but shit, this year they might be top 5 because look at what they did. You know, Max Crosby, I'll mention him, of course, he's a
Christian
stud, but then
Wilkins.
you added Christian Wilkins, give him a ding, and then you got the other big boy in the middle there, John Jenkins. You know, he's a Malcolm Kuntz opposite Max Crosby, and then possibly Tyree Wilson, their first round pick from a couple of years ago.
Full year.
And
He
then,
get a full year this year. He helped it.
facts.
He came into the season hurt last
And
year.
I heard he's in the best shape of his life.
Everyone is right now.
This is everyone at this
Hold
time.
on,
of
no.
year.
That's my reference for every like player just to jump in there. So just don't spoil my shit.
He's in the best shape of his life. Yeah. But speaking of someone that's in the best shape of his life, Robert Spillane, bro. Robert Spillane was
hell
a
yeah.
dude that really came on last season. He was in Antonio Pierce, guys. Well, as Divine Diablo. Both of these guys very relevant for IDP leagues. Both guys that should get triple-digit tackles there. And then the secondary, pretty nice, too, at a safety room. Marcus Epps and Trevon Mooring. Mooring's probably the one for IDP, but they're both pretty good. And then Nate Hobbs, bro, the nickelback. Nate
Yeah, he's
Hobbs
getting tackled
is
like a
a
motherfucker.
hitter there, bro. And then they also got Jack Jones from the Patriots and Ja'Cory Bennett, a younger corner. Yeah, they've
Oh
got
yeah,
a-
Ja'Cory Bennett, man. He's in the
yeah,
best shape of his
bro.
life.
I mean, they got like they've got a very strong defense. Every aspect of that defense looks pretty solid. Where they don't really have many weaknesses there. Yeah, the offense has a lot of question marks, but that defense, bro, that'll keep them in games. So I mean, shit for fantasy. Who do they play week 1? There's the Jets and Niners played week 1. The Raiders played the Chargers. You know that Harbaugh offense might not be up to snuff week 1. You know, I think the Raiders, bro, like that's one of them.
we might take the under on that game.
Team defense, yeah, facts. If you
Yes,
play
sir.
team defense, bro, like Raiders are definitely one to target because that Chargers Raiders game, that thing's gonna be ugly.
Hey, Guccini
greasy.
knows
17 to 10
we got a
kinda
team
game, I bet.
defense joint in one of these joints. I just picked up the Raiders. I'm like, fuck that.
And look though,
Yeah.
so look. In our other league, we just voted to get that motherfucking team defense out. And then that vote didn't pass in that league.
It didn't. I didn't know this was a vote. I would have voted.
I think we voted in that league, bro. Oh my mama.
I know.
Yeah, Tommy Eichenberg, the rookie linebacker. For those that don't know, so yeah, good looking Steamboat. Yep.
There you go. I was about to say there's a linebacker we need to be looking out for.
Tommy Eichenberg in Dynasty. Keep an eye on him. If something happens to Spillane or Diablo, he'll be.
I mean, Spillane is a little longer in the tooth, and he did just come on like a little later because I think he was more of a rotational guy before he got a starting gig, right, with the Raiders.
Yeah, he just fit in really good though in Pierce's system, where I would think he'd keep the job.
Yeah, I like old Spillane.
Yeah, he
You got
killed
some
it.
Spillane to do.
One of the only times I've seen a one-on-one, like full-on, like trucked Derrick Henry. Like Derrick Henry was depleted. That was Spillane that depleted fucking big dick Derrick Henry. So
he came from Tennessee. I was sitting here trying to think where'd he come from.
No, he was in Pittsburgh. Then he went to Vegas.
Oh, it was the dual.
yeah, he was in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. That's what it was. It was the dual practices one of those years.
And he was a waiver wire darling last year because I was able
That's
to pick
right.
his ass
Spillane
up.
came from the Steelers. That's right. God damn it.
Steelers on my mind. And then his last year with the Steelers, he had like 80-something tackles, 90-something tackles. That's why he got paid from the Raiders.
It was the dual. It was the dual practice shit that they be doing. You know
Yep. Another defense that's really good. Y'all just bring out these segues right themselves. Y'all, the Steelers, bro. Let's talk about the Steelers. Because, I mean, bro, they adding Patrick Queen. That was a big addition there. And then you still got, obviously, the big star there, TJ Watt. Like, I've heard, what was the stat y'all put in the chat? It's like when TJ Watt's not healthy,
they're
1 in 11. 1 in 11.
1 in 11 in games he's missed in the last.
Yeah, that's insane, bro. That's so insane. Yeah, Alex Highsmith opposite him. He's really good at Larry Ogunjobi, Cam Hayward.
Yeah, I like my man on Larry Ogunjobi.
Keanu Bitten, yeah, strong front seven there, and Queen and Landon Roberts.
You know,
Yeah,
if he can take the lead.
I think my man Aladdin's he's coming off an ACL too, so I can see him
Right, right. The man to watch it. Check this out, yo. Rookie linebackers for Dynasty IDP. Peyton Wilson, bro. Because Cole Holcomb also coming off an injury there.
Coming off a
Peyton
bad
Wilson
Yeah,
is
it's
the
probably
name to
gonna
watch
be him
there,
and
bro.
Queen. It's gonna be him and Queen right out there. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
Queen and
Queen,
Peyton Wilson, bro. Kind of like with Baltimore, it'll probably be Roquan and Trenton Simpson. Like these young linebackers, bro. They're gonna be hitting.
And then
right away.
I love some Alex Highsmith too. That's especially a sleeper.
Yeah, because he can play DLRLB. Facts. Yep. In the secondary.
Yeah, that's an interesting stat on that, guys. The double team rate on Highsmith is higher than TJ Watt. It blows my mind. Yeah.
But you know, TJ Watt has missed a decent amount.
Yeah, he misses games with injuries.
Yeah, I don't know if it's per play or if it's a percentage when they're on the field together. That kind of like negates that fact, right? But I think when Highsmith and TJ Watt are on the field, teams tend to give a little bit of offensive line help on that side rather than TJ Watt. Like they're more afraid of Highsmith than TJ Watt, which is I don't know either. But that's just like
it could be skewed. I think it's skewed because of the missed games. Because
that's what I'm saying is that
it'll go to qualifying snaps. A lot of those
when they're on the field together.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of those advanced analytics, it'll be based on like qualified snaps and like Alex Highsmith. How long has he been a starter? Last 3 seasons. He just got it back.
I mean, that's one of them deals where it's like he's good too, but like I mean, come on, let's be real. TJ Watt, it's interesting, but the bottom line is that TJ Watt is still that dude. Yeah, the past 3 years, and he's gotten 6, 14.5, and last year 7 sacks. So Alex Highsmith, he's a dude too, you know, and he gets slept on because in TJ Watt, bro. Yeah, his sack totals. He missed a lot of games in 22, though he only had 5.5. But man, other than that year, 2018 was a rookie, 2017 he had 7, and in 18 he had 13, 19, 14.5, 2015. 21, 22.5. That's his career best. And then last year, 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the thing that's so good about this defense, especially the front seven, bro.
Yeah, Watt is a disruptor. Really, really solid IDP play. And if all else goes to fail, I think for team defense sake, if you want to play the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're probably banking on getting those sacks, and that's always at least a safe floor. They might give up the points from time to time, but they're gonna make big plays and keep you from hitting that zero. Everybody hates hitting that zero in freaking team defense.
They finished 6th in total defense adjusted value over average, the DVOA, which is pretty damn good. So if you expect them to take a leap, they could be like a top 5-3 defense this year. It just depends.
Yeah, that's it. And let's see who they play week 1 for those that play team defense. Atlanta. And then Corky Kirk Cousins, if he's not 100%, you know, that could be a good streaming matchup. And even if he played, Kirk Cousins probably going to play. I still think it's a good streaming matchup because
Sam, what's up, Miss Tates?
Because
is Lee.
Are we expecting Atlanta to score 28 plus right off the bat with all them weapons? You think that this
take a little time?
Who's Atlanta got for week 1?
Well, we just talked about, I think Pittsburgh, right? That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that game could be like low scoring.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's two teams that's gonna try to run a lot too. You know what I mean?
All right, all you Drake London guys out there, you know that you just heard it from here.
Here's the thing too, like you're gonna have
a sophomore
your
expectations.
You got a sophomore Joey Porter playing against Drake London with the offensive coordinator who Arthur Smith with Pittsburgh, who just played it, who just used to practice against this defense. You know what I mean?
Her mom.
Hey, Leap.
Look, if you be too busy, bro, just we'll get you on another time, bro. Like I see you got a lot going on back there.
Yeah, no worries, Lee.
Yeah, no worries, bro. If you busy, bro, like we'll get you on another time. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, because that background noise was killing me. But yeah, let's. Who are we talking about? I was so thrown off by all that shit.
Who are we talking about?
We're talking about Pittsburgh. Yeah, the last thing about them was their secondary. They
shout out to my big bro Lee, though. Yeah.
But yeah, no, shout out to Lee. I know it's just, but I mean, yeah, we can't be having all that shit. So, yeah, Dante Jackson, Joey Porter in the secondary corners, and then Deshaun Elliott and Minka, bro. Y'all think Minka's gonna bounce back?
Yep.
I hope he does, bro.
I think he played through injury last year.
These guys can stay healthy, you know?
Yeah. No one's ever called me a bouncer before. I'm laughing. Go ahead, Peacock.
Yeah, man, we don't
I'm just saying, all these guys can stay healthy. You know, that's a really good squad, obviously coached by a really great coach who gets these guys to win games. They always play tough within the division against, you know, big hitters out there in the AFC North. So, I mean, I like Pittsburgh to possibly be like a top 3 finishing defense in the season, you know, if everything just stays fine and they're not all injured and crap.
Right, 100%.
Like TJ Watt, like that's a big if. Like, you know, how many games you have to factor in that he's probably going to miss a couple of games. It just seems like it happens every year.
They're 1-11.
Unfortunately, he seems to get hurt a lot. He does seem to get hurt a lot. Let's talk about though next the team that Patrick Queen defected from to go to Pittsburgh. Let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens, and because I mean, even though they lost Queen and some other guys, they still got an elite defense. I mean, you got Madubuike leading that defensive line, Justin Madubuike.
Yeah, shit. Shout out to the Mad Books.
Right, the Mad Books, bro. He had like double-digit sacks last year. He's killing it.
You got his bag.
And then you got some other, not really IDP guys, but they're good real-life guys, Broderick Washington and Michael Pierce. And then on the edge, you got this is the name that they want to take that. If they still want to be elite, they need Odafe Owa to really step up, bro. And then Kyle Van Noy opposite him, just a steady veteran. But they need Odafe Owa. And you know what tells me they have a lot of big plans for him? They picked up his 5th-year option.
Yeah. They drafted Nate Wiggins, and they lost a bunch of coaches. So,
I don't know. The Owa character feel like he's going to be depth. Yeah, like.
Well, who else did they have? They also have David Ojabu. I got him on a taxi squad, I think, or
I think I angry cut him in a dynasty league.
Yeah, he did. That's the thing that's a little concerning about him. They also have the rookie at Adisa Isaac, but he's also on the NFI. God damn, Baltimore already got a bunch of injuries.
I mean, but that's all across the league right now. It's motherfuckers that come in and they haven't been conditioning correctly, so they have all these non-football injuries. I mean,
facts. Then you got Roquan and Trenton Simpson. Both of them will be hitters for surely. And then the secondary, Marlon Humphrey's still a guy. Brandon Stevens. But look at this secondary, the way according to the depth chart. They brought in Eddie Jackson, bro. They're saying it's going to be Eddie Jackson, Marcus Williams, and they're putting Kyle Hamilton as a nickel. I'm like, what?
I mean,
I kind of like Kyle Hamilton as a nickel. I do like that.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
He can get at the key too. That bless you. That blitzing from the nickel. You know what I mean? That fucking like I've seen him.
And old boy Marcus, he's a good player. Like it's okay not to have Kyle Hamilton and deep, playing cover 2. Like bringing him closer to the line of scrimmage is gonna really boost probably the team defense more than his own personal stats, because tackles go a long way. But him going to the nickel and possibly being able to be like they
have Eddie Jackson as the free safety.
They're saying Eddie Jackson at the free, Marcus Williams at the strong, and Kyle Hamilton is nickel according to this depth chart. And they got Nate Wiggins, the rookie, as a backup to Marlon Humphrey. They got a deep ass secondary, bro. Baltimore secondary always loaded.
Yeah, there you go. Marlon Humphreys is as that
Hamilton,
fourth
awesome
guy.
in fantasy, too.
Yeah, Marlon Humphrey, shit. If he's hurt a bunch of shit, he might lose his starting job, bro. They basically drafted Nate
That kid,
Wiggins to be his replacement.
Marlon Humphrey got a podcast too.
He's ready to transition on.
Yeah, probably because they also got TJ Tampa, another young corner they took pretty high in the draft. So
where's that kid? What's the other corner? He was a rookie. He got thrusted in there. Pause. Stevens, is that his name? On Baltimore.
Yeah, he's the other starting corner, man. Brandon Stevens.
I was about to say he made noise, so he should be okay. Yeah, so he's in.
Yeah,
there.
he'll get paid. You know, and speaking of getting paid, Julian Love just got paid 3-year extension with the Seahawks.
And he just got there too.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, he's a big hitter,
You
bro.
know what? I know I just got here, but
I need
really killing this training camp.
Yep. Facts. Let's talk about now the other elite defense in this crazy division that's so loaded, y'all. The Cleveland Browns. Like the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, they might not have the individual stars. Well, they got Myles Garrett. Like,
come on, bro. What are you telling? They got my man. Oh, maybe for IDP purposes. I was
like, they might not be quite as good as IDP, but like as a whole unit, they're loaded because you've got a very experienced D line. You know,
my man Greg. I think his name is Grant, but I call him Greg.
Shelby Harris and Dalvin Tomlinson in the middle, and then Zadarius Smith opposite Garrett. He's still got some gas.
But come on, JOK, bro. JOK.
Right, JOK and Jordan Hicks, bro. Jordan Hicks could be a hitter. He's been a hitter.
He's always a hitter. Yeah,
facts.
You know what? The Devin Bush edition is probably the most interesting thing that they've done on the offseason to me. Because I know he's been a bust this far, but that defense is like
he allowed the fewest yards in the NFL, and they were 6th in sacks.
Yes, he's not going to be counted to be like that.
The Texans shred the fuck out of him in the playoffs.
And the Texans put up like 3 bills on him every time.
40 stuff. It was like 42-16, 45-16. Fucking blew their tits off.
Hey, in the playoffs, what was Buddy's name that ran it back? I was like, oh, it's already over.
Christian Harris.
The Christian Harris ran him back, but then didn't somebody pick six him?
Yeah, Christian Harris.
Oh yeah, that was Christian Harris.
Christian Harris pick 6.
We'll do the Texans next. Let's finish with the Browns here, and then the secondary. Really good.
Martin Emerson.
Martin Emerson, Greg Newsome, and Denzel Ward. A great trio of cornerbacks there. And then the safeties, bruh. Grant Delpit, the stud, strong safety, and then Juan Thornhill. Thornhill's all right, but Delpit's the one we want for IDP, and then his kid is an Emerson.
That's Malcolm Jenkins right there. Remember Malcolm Jenkins? You see, the reason why they turned it around immediately, and I kept saying this last year too, I was like, man, they brought in Jim Schwartz, bro. Like Jim Schwartz just don't fucking play. He don't play. You know what I mean?
At first, I said Jim Shorts. I was like,
what? I probably did because that's what I call him.
Jim
Schwartz, man. Come on, man. Jim Schwartz don't play,
yeah, bro. Yeah, he was the freaking Lions head coach. I remember he was the Saints. We cooked his ass in the 2009 divisional round or wild card game. We fucking cooked his ass, Jim Schwartz.
Yeah,
Drew Brees lit his ass's defense up, bro. Their defense.
Yeah, then it was the Jim Caldwell offense, right? Underneath Jim Schwartz.
Yeah, then I think Caldwell was their next head coach, and then they did him dirty. They had a winning season, and he got fired or some shit.
Yeah, he got them to the playoffs. That's what it was. He got them to the playoffs. They were 1 and done to the Packers, I think it was that year.
Yeah, and then he gets fired, and they bring in stupid ass Matt Patricia.
That might have been 2015 or 15-16. Yeah.
And then they're terrible for like 5 years, and then they bring in Dan Campbell. That's wild. The Lions, other than the Patricia shit, like they've actually been pretty damn good over the past 10, 20 years. So,
the Lions will have
Bogey having some issue. But yeah, wait, go ahead, Peacock.
I said the Lions will have a good defense again this year. You know, they were, I think, like top 12 or something.
That's another one we can talk about. Let's get to the we'll go with the since I already promised you Texans, I know you want to get to the Texans, Peacock. So let's get to the Texans. Knicks.
Well, the only stuff that's like I guess would be going against them is the strength of schedule is going to change from the fourth easiest to the fourth toughest. But besides that, I think that they've obviously upgraded the defense quite a bit. They lost the guys. We'll start with some of the guys they lost, like Blake Cashman and Jonathan Grenard. But they brought in obviously Daniil Hunter and Danico Autry. They stole away from the Titans, and he had like 11.5 sacks, and so you're bringing in like 26 plus sacks just with those two guys right there to kind of relieve the pressure from Will Anderson Jr., who I think is probably going to be poised to have a breakout sophomore year for IDP purposes. So if you kind of drafted him last year in a dynasty IDP, kind of just holding on to him because he's kind of coming on a bit. He did win Defensive Rookie of the Year, but the numbers didn't really jump off the page. You're hoping that he has like a 2012 JJ Watt type of sophomore year, the way that he did in his second season, where he had 20 plus sacks and was nominated.
That's big time right there. That's high expectations.
But if you're bringing in somebody like Daniil Hunter and Danico Autry to take on
that's a guy that could do that, right?
And then
I like that.
And so far, what I heard from Hunter when he got to training camp is like, all my life I was reading plays, and he's like, here, they just want me to go. So he's not even, imagine just like having him not think and just play football now after 8 years, in the league. So what kind of, difference that could make as far as just playing pure football and being a freak athlete. I don't know if you guys have seen this guy, but he's freakishly huge. And so same thing with Will Anderson. He put on like 15 pounds of muscle, supposedly. So we'll see how all that goes while keeping his speed, supposedly. So the defense looks scary. Obviously, Derek Stingley Jr. is poised to have another campaign. He's been playing well. Just today in camp, he had a pick, and then he forced the fumble, scooped it, and scored. So that's just like stuff that he's been doing already, and he's continued to do, building off last year when he came back from his hamstring injury and has been fully healthy. So, I think that's another guy who can be dangerous. I've heard some stuff about Petrie getting brought closer back into the line, playing more nickel, back into kind of like his original deal a couple of years ago. So the defense has a bunch of moving parts. They brought in Azeez Al-Shire, obviously, from the Niners there, that familiarity. So and it's D'Amico Ryans. So I think that, they already made that leap from one of the worst defenses to like top 10 in several categories last year. So they went from one of the worst in stopping the run to top 10 defense versus the run last year. So it's just interesting to see how they can grow here in year two. And I think that, they'll continue to make a leap. And we'll see, though, a tough schedule. So it might be hard if you're playing that, team defense redraft. It might be tough to play the Texans unless, it's a smash matchup. Which
they got a lot of good, individuals for IDP. Like the linebackers, you got freaking Azeez Al-Shire, the new addition. He'll for sure get triple-digit tackles, and Christian Harris and Henry To'o, I guess.
Right there. I've been
call him H2O.
I've been
H2O, Henry H2O.
Since last year, bro. Oh, my mama, I've been waiting for him to take him off the taxi squad.
Yeah.
There's some exciting pieces, We're the only other hole on the Texans defense would be finding who the second quarterback is going to be. They drafted Kamari Lassiter, and then Jeff Okudah seems to be the front runner there. Both of them, as far as taking reps, but more so for Lassiter, the rookie, going with the ones versus Diggs, staying after practice with Diggs, doing stuff like that. So it looks like he might be making a push to start as a rookie.
Yeah, for
Man,
sure. What
you
are
bring
your
back
thoughts
the
on
memories, though, bro. Woo, I love that J.J. Watt 2012 season, man. For the, we're talking about 100 combined tackles with 20 plus sacks. You know what that equals?
The greatest seasons ever.
That's like a mid-range QB1 fantasy football output right there. That's killing it on the defensive line right there.
That's league winning shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure he skewed a lot of leagues, in their favor, who was doing IDP back in the day. Oh, Bogart, you're on mute, bro.
Oh, shit, my bad. That was my bad. When Bogart had to leave, I had muted it. Go ahead, Bogey. I didn't mean to silence.
Oh, no, it's good. I was just saying he had a killer swim move. Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah, dude.
He had the JJ
swim. He just get hella skinny.
His arms were like 4 feet long, maybe 4.5 feet long. And then he was scoring touchdowns on the offensive side as a tight end and shit. And then he had a lot of passes batted down, so he was just ripping points out of like everywhere. He was a menace.
Hell
And
yeah,
he did that for
Jalen.
2 years in a row.
Oh yeah, what a legend, bro. But speaking of current guys, Jalen Pitre, bro, what are your thoughts? Do you think he bounces back for IDP this year? He was great as a rookie, but last year not as good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a system thing, though. Yeah. Now that he's moved back into his
Nickel.
rookie position, this is going to be this is screaming bounce back.
Yeah, they want. I think that they want to keep him involved. There was I think in the group chat I mentioned it to you guys that he had a pretty good day around the in the red zone, and he was just kind of disrupting things and getting in there. But if he can do that, kind of come into the box, you pick up that tackle total, and kind of help out with the run support, then that's ideally I think what the Texans would like to get out of him again. But we'll just see how that, like I said, see how that plays out. I don't know. If he'll have quite that rookie year finish, because that's kind of when the
that
offense
was 140 combined. With
the offense is horrible. The defense is always out there. So it's kind of like a tank situation almost. So yeah, I don't know if he'll ever quite get back to those type of numbers for IDP, but I do think he'll definitely have a bounce back from his first year in D'Amico Ryan's system, kind of playing out of position.
For sure. Well, shit, fellas, I'm about to have to slide, but before I go, I just want to say shout out to everyone in the chat. Appreciate all the playmakers out there. And for those just tuning in, we're nominating who we feel could be the best defenses in the NFL. I believe we've gotten through 6 teams so far: the 49ers, the Jets, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Texans. So if y'all have any more y'all want to talk about in the chat, feel free to nominate that. I'd put that in the comments, because Tino was a little confused about the order we were going in, but we're just nominating them, bro. Whoever you feel could be dominant defense. There's no real order or anything. And then at the end, I gotta go, and I'll try to tune in later to participate in the rankings. But if y'all want to rank them, go ahead. Or we could just do another episode where we rank them. So
we're just talking about the pieces and kind of the defenses that came to mind. But yeah, teams that were probably on deck are the Lions and Cowboys, Chiefs, Lions, Cowboys, Chiefs, and then probably it can round it out like that.
Yeah, probably just those Saints. We were shit. We're getting up there. We're getting up there, in age, but we still got some hitters. The Colts, I don't think the Colts are quite there yet, bro. But, they've got some pieces. They got some pieces for sure. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and dip. JD, Peacock, y'all good to run point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you pass it over to JD because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So.
Oh, who was our JD? Well, you've been doing it for Wake Your Game Up. You want to just go ahead and do it, bro?
That's all good.
Okay, cool. All right, JD running point. Appreciate y'all. Wish I could stay on, but I gotta go catch the homies at this concert. One homie is about to move, and the other homie, it's his birthday, so I gotta go. But appreciate y'all.
Spencer.
Yes.
Go enjoy live music, man. Awesome.
For sure, man. Catch y'all.
All right, laters, man. Cool. So, Cowboys next.
What's your thoughts on the Cowboys?
Yeah, since Tino was asking, I figured we could talk about the Cowboys. But yeah, obviously, you have like Micah Parsons, who's like just probably like the number 1 defensive disruptor right now. He's a very high pick in your IDP league, so that's the focal point of that defense. I don't know what his contract situation is, however, and how long he's going to end up being a Cowboy. Some of my Cowboy buddies have been speculating that perhaps they'll move him or he'll leave once his contract's up or things of that nature. But they'd much rather have Jerry Jones trade himself to a different team or something.
A lot of big mouths to feed on that team coming up.
A lot of mouths. Not enough as far as money goes, right? Not as far as the way the offense moves, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the name of that cornerback they got Bland.
Deron Bland? Is it Deron?
Yeah, Deron.
And then what's his face? Van Der Esch retires, right? So I don't know.
They bring in Kendrick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kendrick.
You got the boy Demario Overshawn that's coming off an injury. Yeah. He's coming. I think he was a 3rd-round pick last year. And then it was another linebacker that they had come back last year that was hurt the year before that. I had him on I had him in the 14-team league, but I traded him. Damone Clark. Damone Clark is a nice little piece too in a IDP. He gets a nice few amount of tackles for sure.
Yeah. So they definitely have a lot of pieces that, or not a lot, but quite a few pieces that I think are pretty valuable for IDP. And then as a unit, they're one of the top in the league, I think, weren't they last year? As far as for a good while, people were rocking with the Cowboys, but then it all comes crashing down.
Bland was probably the biggest part about that, right? Because he had that. How many returns for touchdowns did he have? Interceptions?
Oh yeah, so they were scoring a lot of points, right?
Pick sixes were like 4 pick sixes or something. They were talking about like some crazy number, like breaking records and stuff. That goes a long way in that team defense. Yeah. Shout it out, Derek. You know all this stuff about the defense on the Cowboys. What we got? What we got out here that we're supposed to be looking for?
Diggs, another year removed, or he should be coming back from injury, I suppose. Oh shoot, my dog. Sorry about that.
It was 5 TDs. And
that's crazy. 9
interceptions, 5 touchdowns. That's wild.
And then what was Diggs' numbers? Didn't Diggs have an insane amount of INTs the year before that?
Yeah. I definitely. I don't know the specifics. It's just crazy how they could go back to back with the playmaker like that, though. Right. And but the Lee drops in the does Dallas D put up same numbers under Quinn is $1 million question, and that's that's beyond my insight. I don't know Dan Quinn's defense very well, but just knowing that the opposite team's going to have to score a lot of points, so that's going to put a lot of pressure through the air. So if they have playmakers like that ready to swoop up and get that interception and return it for a touchdown, it still might be okay. Just, let's see. Would you rather have a team do more pass defenses and totally prevent a situation from occurring, or actually make a play and go for like all for broke? I don't know.
I think they're kind of vulnerable against the run at times, and in the middle of the field, teams will pick up the first downs quite kind of easily in go situations and stuff, and then they end up blowing a lead or something like that. So it just depends, I guess. The key for them, just like most defenses, sorry, my dog's barking, is takeaways, right? They created a lot of turnovers. They had a lot of sacks and stuff like that as a team. So if they can be disruptive and get off the field and continue to do that, then obviously they're going to be one of the top teams in the league, like they kind of were for a while last year. So for the most part, the Cowboys were on one of those scary runs. They win 10 plus games every year, and last year I think they kind of did it with the help of the defense, taking the ball away from the other team quite often. So I think when that kind of stopped happening towards the latter part of the season is when we kind of were like kind of exposed, at certain times. I don't know. I didn't watch a ton of Cowboys games because I just was kind of more interested in what was going on with my other team. But they're a good squad, and they have good playmakers. And like I said, it all starts with Micah Parsons and stuff. But the question that Lee posed was, that's the $1 million question, obviously, as well.
And I agree with you on that too, though, bro. If they're up in games, it presents more opportunities for their defense. But if they're not blowing teams out or up a few points, and teams are able to run the ball down their throat, and they haven't been able to fix that problem, then it's going to cause problems for their defense. But, like you said, they was blowing teams out. They was whooping teams last year, and they was holding teams to under 20 points per game last year. Because of the offense putting up points, and the defense led by Micah Parsons being able just to go pin their ears back and just go ahead and rush the passer. But towards the end of the season, it wasn't like that. So they're going to have to be able to make an adjustment, or hopefully they have made an adjustment to be able to stop the run, and also be able to run the ball and stop relying on the pass, because that also it extends the game on your part, especially if the team is playing catch-up ball and your defense ain't able to get off the field as well, 100%. So I hope that they are able to be able to go ahead and slow the game down, bro.
Well, Zeke is back, right? So maybe that's part of what they're hoping to do: slow the game down. They're bringing a slow back so that they can slow the game down. That's all part of the plan.
Yeah, 2 yards per carry, man. You know,
We're on the Cowboys.
Right.
Yeah. We got
Yeah.
the Trayvon Diggs,
I mean,
Deron Blanche.
They did bring in Mike. They brought Mike Zimmer. You know what I mean? And that's pretty big because I mean, you need someone notable to replace Dan Quinn. And it's kind of funny because Dan Quinn got up out of there before that shit kind of went to hell. You know what I mean? Or at least it looks like it's going in that direction on the defense.
Quickly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, shit. And he did, you know, when you do bad, like lose the Super Bowl and then have losing seasons, and as a head coach, you got to start back up. So he did it right. When, you know, he balled out as a DC for and then now he's back as a head coach, but this time with the enemy across.
Right. He's still in the division. That's another.
Right. And Mike Zimmer, here's the thing, is like, I feel like if you're Mike McCarthy, you went to war with him for like, you know, a decade type of shit. You know what I mean? Whereas like you got a tremendous amount of respect. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You join him.
Yeah, and then first order of business, what they do, they bring Eric Kendricks because he's just a beast, right? You know what I'm saying? And he played with Mike Zimmer for a minute. You know what I mean? And then I think you guys were mentioning my man Damone Clark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a beast. You know what I'm saying? Super useful in fantasy.
Yeah, I held on to him in the 14 and in the startup. I held on to him because he was on the PUP.
Yeah, and it'll be him and Kendricks. And I feel like they'll have Michael Parsons just kind of like be able to do his thing as a pass rusher more so this time around with a new coordinator. You know what I mean? And then next year, next year they're not going to pay him, and then he goes to the Redskins because they'll be the Redskins again next year. and he'll reunite with Dan Quinn.
That's crazy.
Called it.
Man, that'd be pretty cool to see him as a Redskin.
They're still going to tag him.
Like LeVar Arrington style.
It'll probably be 2 years actually from now because they're going to tag him initially, right?
Probably. That's what the Cowboys do.
Yeah.
Who are you paying out of all three of them? Who are you prioritizing out of all three of the Cowboys?
It would be for me. It would be CD and then it would be Dak and then CD immediately because like whatever Jordan. I think Dak's waiting for Jordan Love to get whatever he gets. Then he goes, yeah, boom, fuck all y'all, and and resets the market. I think that's what Dak's trying to do. And I
they've been getting lucky with Dak contracts. Usually they sign Dak before the big hitters get signed, so it becomes value.
But see, that's what I'm saying, though, is that this is usually how it goes. Like when you look at the pattern, like when Kyler was trying to get his money, he gets his money. Then but he waited for I think he waited for Justin Herbert or something. I forget the order. But then when it was Lamar and Hurts ready to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Lamar was like, go ahead, Hurts, you get your bag first. I'm about to blow your shit out the water. You know what I mean?
I'm about to negotiate. Lamar's agent speaking.
Yeah, you know what I mean? What, Mom? Mom, phone. Remember back in the days, if you had a cord phone, you got to stand there and yell, hey.
Phone's for you. You just throw it on the floor. You just leave it there. Dangling.
Pause.
Fucking hell.
Leave that D just dangling there.
I mean, shit. Let's you guys touch on the Eagles yet? Pause.
No, we haven't talked about the Eagles. Why haven't we talked about the Eagles?
Basically got Georgia in a nutshell, right?
I was going to talk about I wanted to talk about the whatchamacallit, the Chiefs, because they would just want to.
Oh yeah, because they were like the best.
Yeah.
Bust down some Chiefs.
We could do Chiefs and Eagles or Eagles Chiefs.
Yeah, but bust down some Chiefs. I hear the kids going crazy. I'll be right back.
Well, who were talking about the Chiefs?
16 points per game last year. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, they were like straight up. I mean, what's his face? My boy Eric Reed was all over the place too, and Jerry Sneed, Trent McDuffie. You know, they were just on it. So
what's the boy that broke?
Sorry.
Broke his hand. What's his name? I think he broke his hand in the playoffs.
In the Super Bowl, wasn't it?
Super Bowl?
or maybe it was the playoffs.
The young boy. I think this is gonna be his 3rd year in the league. He played linebacker for the Chiefs.
Bolton?
Bolton, yeah, Nick Bolton. Yeah, Nick Bolton's a bad dude too, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
They got Leo Chanel, Nick Bolton, and then on the other side.
Yeah, I think it's Nick Bolton.
They got rid of
Up his
They
hand.
got rid of the other guy, Willie Gay. But those are the 3 guys that they were running last year.
Yeah, I think Willie Gay with the Saints now.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who's got that position locked down.
Hey, sounds like a question. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So with the Chiefs, though, who is the hitter for the IDP? Would it be
Bolton?
Bolton? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, he plays middle linebacker. He when he's healthy and he's on, he's basically top 5 linebacker in the league. He's side to side is what sideline to sideline is what they call it. He can go horizontally as well as vertically get to the passer. He's a good player. Definitely a good player.
That's right. What about Chanel?
I think Chanel hasn't had that full-time role, that opportunity. He did grade out really good in the PFF. I did notice that PFF did appreciate what he did on the field, but for IDP standards, he's probably not going to be starting in your IDP flex. But this season, now that he has more of a starter's role, like he could be on the field like 95% of the time, he might. And since Willie Gay is elsewhere, they might rely on him to rush the passer and do some things. And then, Derek brought it up, Drew Tranquil. That's the guy that's actually going to take most of those. He probably had a lot of the snaps, and Chanel's going to take most of the snaps. Gay left. So it's those 3, Tranquil, Chanel, and Bolton for the linebackers. And then their DBs are good too.
Oh yeah, then what about like Joshua Williams or Jalen Watson maybe? I don't know.
And then I heard Karlaftis from I think Bogey's land. He's another guy that's gonna be the Greek freak. He's got the
he might get like double digit sacks or something because you got Chris Jones like just in there wreaking havoc and shit.
Yeah, he's up and coming.
And then they have that other dude, Anadike Uzuma or some shit. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like they have a pretty good names. Yeah, me too.
That's how they come up with nicknames, yo.
I tried, man. Right. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry,
me too. I ain't faulting you at all, dude. I feel bad for him because he's had it his whole life. They're like, the teachers are reading the roster going,
Felix AU.
I'm here.
It was too long. And it DK, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they got some like crazy good defensive guys out there that should potentially make a jump. They might be able to lock it down again and be really, really good defense, like finish number 1 or something as far as points or yards or whatever it may be. Damn,
playing in that division doesn't help. I mean, it doesn't hurt. I should say it doesn't hurt playing in the AFC West.
Yeah, I'm starting to hate him too.
I hate them. Oh fuck! I thought I was on mute.
I was like, I remember I used to like them. Like
I was like, they're so cool. And then
I think after they won the first one, and then Patrick Mahomes got married, I was like, nah, this sucks. I'm out.
Oh, and then his wife's hella annoying too. She's like, cheese. I'm like, punch her. My bad. I thought I was on mute. Like, my bad.
He puts a lot of weight in that high school romance.
We don't. We for the record, we do not endorse hitting women.
Definitely. Oh man, Mahomes. Okay, so what was the next defense? Because I think we talked about the Chiefs pretty much there.
What about the Bills. The Bills was a top 4 defense. They was top 4.
Oh, yeah.
Fourth, ranked.
And they were, and you know what was crazy? Because they were beat up like all year last year, but it was also crazy. Like they're definitely without. We saw what it looks like in their secondary without them 2 safeties. So they did draft the kid Bishop, which is awesome. His name is fucking dope. I'm kind of mad I don't have any shares of Bishop, but like he's gonna walk right into a role
like the X-Men.
We got Taylor Rapp over there, so that's gonna be the 2 safeties over there.
Oh, they sound like X-Men by themselves, both of them. Taylor
Rapp
and Bishop.
Taylor and Rapp and Bishop. Dun, 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 dun.
That Wolverine.
Yes.
I heard it goes hard.
Yeah.
Speaking of X-Men.
That's why I wore my Wolverine shirt today. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I was like, we gotta. Yeah. It's funny because Kev, he got an event this week, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try to go to Kev's event during the day or whatever time it is, but I'm also trying to catch this Deadpool. You know what I mean? I'm trying to weigh out the two and try to.
Yeah, I think because of shit all day. I think it's all day.
It's all day, right? Okay, cool. See, there you go. I might be in there. Where's it at? It's at the fairgrounds?
It's at the fair.
Hey, real quick, I gotta share this, right? So my daughter, she comes in, right? She's supposed to be watching the baby. She got her friends here, and then shout out to Candlestick, his little man, he kicks it with them too. So he had his homeboy there. So then they just pull up, right? And she's with her homegirls, and I know they're gonna crash over here. They always have their little slumber parties or whatnot. So they pull up, and then she's like, "Oh, can such and such hang out?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because you just walked them up here in my face asking me now that I'm about to jump on the show. You know what I mean? So, because as a father with daughters, you just bring some random dude in the show. Oh, it's David's friend. Yeah, and you know what I mean? Then I'm like, watch your sisters. I'm doing the show. Then all of a sudden they want to go to the store because they're driving and they're doing teenager things. So I'm like, so she just comes in the show, just, hey, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm like, I get your ass inside. Like, you know what I mean? Make me look crazy and shit. So then I was like, and I'm telling her that just like that in front of her friends. Oh, you don't like that? You don't like me coming in yelling at you in front of your friends? See, instant gratification for me. You know what I mean? Because you just came in there doing that same shit to me.
Everything.
See, I be teaching lessons, bruh. Bang. You know what I mean?
Lesson.
Right? 10 points.
My little one just lost her front tooth, so I'm gonna go out there and do the.
Oh yeah, not the whole thing.
So. Yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. But make sure y'all hit up the website neonpeacockmerch.com. You guys got any cool ideas that you want circulated out there in the football world as far as nicknames or players go? Just hit me up and we'll put it up there for you, and you can order a shirt or a mug or whatever it is. And I usually have sales going on about every 2 weeks or so. So stay on the lookout for that. neonpeacockmerch.com. Get over there, sign up for the mailing list, and you'll get the alert when the sale goes on. And then you can, check out everything in your cart and save a bunch of money. So that's the way I would do it if I was you. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. We'll check you out on the next one. Later.
Shout out to my man Miles Peacock, aka the Neon Peacock. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about
proud sponsor of the show.
Yeah, man. Everybody check out that.
You gotta go check that out, man.
Yeah, we got some good ones coming out too. I just hit them today about the X-Files one. I was like, hell yeah, we need that.
Oh right. That's right.
Yeah, man, come on. We're just gonna start pumping these GWN shirts of just all these kind of classics, nostalgic shit. You know what I mean?
100%, bro.
Yeah, and we might have some troll shit too, and a bunch of just making characters we like smoking weed. That's the kind of a lot of my ideas. Yeah, like look out for the Ninja Turtle shirt we got coming out. Yeah, the Ninja Turtles was to go hard.
Sit you back, bro. Let's talk about the Eagles. You wanted to talk about the Eagles before you.
Yeah. Because they got Vic Fangio over there now. And a couple years ago when they got to the Super Bowl and Vic Fangio, he wasn't coaching anywhere. He was kind of sitting around. That's what he was doing. He was advising what's his name? Jonathan Gannon. That was the DC. You know what I'm saying? And they with his advisories, I guess, definitely assisted them to get into the Super Bowl that year, only to lose to the Chiefs. But yeah, so then they actually just said, fuck it, let's bring in the Vic Fangio since Jonathan Gannon left over to Arizona. You know what I mean? And so now we got and they tried 1 year with one of Jonathan Gannon's little disciples because that's what they try to do on both sides of the ball, just hire from within. You know what I mean? Because Nick Sirianni left.
Steichen.
Yep, Steichen. Yep, he left too. So yeah, and we got Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio over there. And on that defense, bro, it's basically Georgia over there for real, though. I don't just say that like jokingly. I mean, you literally got fucking all of them from Nolan to Carter to who else they got over there? N'Kobe Dean, fucking. I know I'm missing another one, but
they drafted Jeremiah Trotter.
And then they brought back C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
Okay.
Who was actually there for that aforementioned Super Bowl trip they had. And then obviously they gave Blankenship a little bag, and he's one of the baddest. Is he light skinned or is he white? I don't think I've seen a picture of him, but I've seen he's not dark.
I think he's a white. I think
he's straight white.
Yeah.
He's an Italian. No, Blankenship. It would be like Italians always with a vowel at the end.
Blankenship.
You know it sounds like Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah, they use shit a lot. That makes sense.
It sounds German. Well, yeah, and you know what I'm saying? So they got a nasty little tandem there, and they have they got probably the top two corners as far as the prospects go in this last draft class. They drafted both of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, now that you say that, I didn't really pay attention to the whole Eagles thing, but they got a new defensive corner and an offensive coordinator. They're like, tear it all down and we starting all over because we know we got playmakers. We won like 14 games in a row or whatever the fuck it was. But the way that they just fucking fell apart, that was
can't win the big games. That's usually enough, right? Like you'd be like, oh yeah, you're always tearing it up in the seasons. That's cool. Screw it. But you know what they were saying too about the Eagles' offense last year is that like people were telling AJ Brown like after like week 8, they're like, we know what you're gonna do now. What was that? Who's that? Crispy?
Crispy.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Pops comes in here checking us kids too. See what I'm saying? We all learn. See, it's a cycle of life, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta check those kids sometimes, bro.
Hey, so with Vic Fangio, do you think they're running a 3-4 like how he used to run with the Niners?
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, he ain't gonna change that. I mean, someone might even be able to fact check me if you look out on the sleeper. You know what I mean? When you just click on team, when you see the way that they have the depth chart laid out, you'll be able to tell. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they got a right inside or left inside.
Yep, then it's a 3-4.
Yeah.
Man. 100%. Let's y'all got anything on the Eagles?
No, I'm pretty good on Eagles. Fuck them.
Yeah, I mean we love N'Kobe Dean. Like we were high on him, and then he just keeps getting hurt. We want him to be that first Dick Butkus Award winner in all 3 phases in the college, high school, and the NFL. I mean, he'd be the. He could do it. I mean, he has it in him, but let's see.
And then and they brought over Devin White. Oh, I was like, I know I'm missing something. They brought over Devin White, man.
Yeah, the boy from Tampa.
Yeah, he kind of like I don't know if it was the situation that he was in and all that noise that kind of brought his statistics down a little bit, but for like a stretch of 3 or 4 seasons, that was a heavy hitting linebacker, 120, 130 total tackles. That was that was the floor on that guy. And like you could probably maybe throw in a 170, 180 tackle season in there on his best seasons. So that's a good pickup. Eagles is the division is tough. They have a lot of offensive talent.
Howie Roseman.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
He's think about the history of Howie Roseman just in the last like 14 years. In the last 14 years, he moved on from Andy Reid, brought in Chip Kelly, which was like an immediate whiz kid, but it burnt out real quick. And when he saw it burnt out quick, moved on from him, went back to the Andy Reid well, and fucking brought over Doug Peterson. They quickly won a Super Bowl there. Then when that started to slowly burn out, he was like, screw this, moved on from him, and then went back to the well, so to speak, but with the Frank Reich well, and took his disciple, because Frank Reich was the OC when they won the Super Bowl. So he went. So Howard was like, screw it, let's go get Frank Reich's main guy, and they took Sirianni. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, and then
I mean that was a mixed experience, huh? That was a weird experience in the beginning, and he was kind of like their darling, and then all of a sudden, like locker room talk came out, and
he wrote
and they
book.
were saying like
Doug Peterson wrote a book after he won the Super Bowl. He wrote a book.
Out and attacking him, yeah.
And they were like, "This guy's writing books now." Like that was how he was being viewed. And you have a lot of OGs like Brandon Graham, who actually just announced it's going to be his last year. So you know what I mean. That usually sparks something in from that locker room, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
And there's a lot of this is a team. What's funny is like this is one of those teams that are always going to be a Super Bowl favorite right now because of the players that they got on offense and their QB locked in. But like, man, is
this Super Bowl or bust for them?
Yeah, it really is. Especially for the head coach, they'll move on for him real quick. Like Vic Fangio, this is probably why he took this job, because he could just be snug right there, just in case he's not the problem this year, and they do have success but don't win the Super Bowl. He might be able to be like, all right, I'll be the head coach.
Center's got a big. He's got a big shoes to fill, man.
Imagine they can get a Belichick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like next year, because you know what I'm saying, because he's talking about he's going to come back to coaching, and to what capacity we don't know yet, but you know there's going to be jobs available, because you can't waste a Jalen Hurts, and all these guys are paid right now too. They're all locked in. The Devontae, AJ,
paid.
Yeah, even Goddard has his own little mini bag over there.
Saquon just got locked
too. Yeah, and then Hurts is paid. And then and then they got really young on defense. So they're doing it right. Howie Roseman is shout out to Howie Roseman.
Oh my man. Does his thing. I have to come clean, my son. So I didn't come home after I went for some smokes because I got arrested for prostitution solicitation.
No. Hey, you tell us the truth now. This is how you tell me the truth, Dad, on live.
I was hungry, man. I was waiting on that McDonald's, man. Damn, man.
He said he was gonna come back with the Happy Meal, bro. I'm not happy, bro.
Oh, everything.
I would have came over and visit. You know, I would have I would have been doing some visiting hours with y'all. You just didn't. No, I'm just kidding. You know what? That's crazy, because the area that I live in, because I work gray shift, so I'm out at night, and then I'd be looking around the corners, going like, "Damn, like there's no law enforcement around, unless they're all law enforcement out here. Like, there's the same bitches out every night, it's the same corners." And I'm like,
oh, for sure.
If this was a bust, I mean, they wouldn't be like able to just like maintain the same spot. I don't think like. I mean, on a regular, but
I mean, but also too, man, they're in those areas for a reason. That's the stroll, probably, man. You know what I mean? I mean, you are new to that area, fairly new, right?
Well, there's a few areas where I'm at. I mean, there's this one little spot that I drive by, but if you go a little bit further down a few blocks, there's a zoo, and over by the zoo, it's like how you see in the movies, like. In New York City, you get down to the right neighborhood, and they're just all under the bridge, just sitting by the fucking trash fires and shit. During the winter time, still wearing their fucking outfit. They're like cold, but they're like, we gotta show it off. We gotta sell ourselves. Can't sell ourselves in a big ass jacket.
Damn, that's right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, normally too. Whenever I see like, you know, like whether it's a homeless or like somebody of you know that's not, you know, they're just like geeking out on drugs, clearly walking around in the streets, I always point, see, kids, don't do drugs. See that? Yeah. See that? Look at them right there. You don't want to be there. See, they live outside.
Oh,
they live outside. They don't own that sidewalk. They just do whatever they want to do.
What's he pointing at? That I have no idea. It could be a number of things.
Guy right there.
He's in his own world.
Hey, how y'all
I'm pointing in the mirror.
the signings they made on defense?
Who is this?
The not I said the Redskins. I meant the Commanders.
Yeah, the Commandos. I mean, shit. Bringing in Dan Quinn, right? I don't know who he appointed to be his DC, but he's obviously going to be overseeing the defense. He immediately brings in Bobby Wagner. It's kind of circa Mike Zimmer reuniting with Eric Kendricks. You got to bring in your killer middle linebacker, right? And Bobby Wagner, for what it's worth, especially for IDP, he just doesn't quit. Every year in, year out, you're gonna get him at crazy value. He's just one of the strongest flexes that you can have, for real. You know what I mean? And like he's just big, dependable. And then they brought in other big, dependable, bro, Frankie Louvu, so to anchor him. So it's gonna be those two. And I feel like my man Jamin Davis and all, from the former regime, he's just he might just fall through the woodwork. You know what I mean? Be some rotational type junk.
They're talking about having Jamin do a lot of rushing the passer. So
okay, that's
taking on an actual outside linebacker role and trying to get after the quarterback.
Like how he did with like Micah Parsons type of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Davis runs like a 4.4 40. It's like fucking, he's a sick athlete. So it's hard to take somebody like that off the field. They just gotta retool him and get him doing something that might be better suited for his talents. And I think going after the quarterback, that might be unlocking some untapped potential. Like we haven't seen from him. He's a high draft pick too, so it's hard to move off of somebody that has all those traits and capital. And I don't know. He probably isn't going to be the tackling machine that like the interior linebacker, but on the outside, maybe he can get some 10+ sacks. Who knows?
Yeah, you ain't lying. It got the wheels turning. I started thinking like, ooh, that's kind of sneaky. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And also, they also shipped off Cody Barton. You know what I mean? So like, it's gonna be interesting because that division tends to not have a repeat champion. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's, you know what I mean. It's always fun watching the NFC East.
Oh my mama!
You know what I mean? Because everybody's just you got two arguably. Okay, even as an outsider watching, man, that Eagles Cowboys probably one of the greater rivalries in all of sports. Even, you know what I mean? Like it's one of the marquee ones. You know what I mean? Like they fucking hate each other. Then and don't sleep on the Commandos neither. I mean, probably I would say they're probably a year out from being like, okay, really look out for the Commandos. You know what I'm saying? But because you got a rookie, and I don't think everyone's CJ Stroud. Just like how everyone might think every tight end like Bowers is not immediately Laporta. Like, last year's not this year. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I tend to err on the side of caution that I think they'll be great for fantasy though on both sides of the ball. Like shit this year. But the Commandos, yeah, hell yeah.
What about the Titans? The Titans was they was a 15th overall in total defense last year.
Yeah, they got some guys over there. I can't tell you off the top of my head who they brought in as their new DC, but it's gonna be a new look, and I'm excited for some of those guys in IDP. I love some Jack Gibbons this year because he was already putting up numbers last year. And like now, like it's he could start the full year this year for sure. You know what I mean? And they're already talking him up, which is dope because like, you know what I'm saying? He's about to go up. And then
Gibbons.
Yep, Jack Gibbons. Yep. And then obviously you got Jeff Simmons. You know what I mean? He's solid
Gray
up front. I mean, so with Gray, I think he's the guy. I think he might be a year away from being useful.
Okay.
Unless anything happened, unless he just outright beats Kenneth Murray, but because I know they brought in Kenneth Murray for a 1-year thing.
The boy from the Chargers that's always hurt.
Yeah, well, he finally showed out too last year on his 4th year.
Yeah, he was trying to get paid.
Yeah, they weren't finna pick up his 5th year option. You know what I mean? So Yeah, he balled out, and then he got but it's like another prove it deal with Tennessee. So, and they definitely keeping their pockets loaded. This new whoever this new regime is over there by drafting Gray, and Gray's a big boy. He's like 250 plus or 260 or something like that, right?
Yeah. You think oh boy Jamal Adams, they gonna have him playing linebacker? He gonna be close to the line of scrimmage like
hell yeah. I mean, that's the way you should use him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where he went. He ended up with Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and I like Amani Hooker like a motherfucker too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then their corners, they're probably going to give up some booty this year. Those corners, because they just that secondary when it comes to the outside corners, they've been giving up booty for the last couple of years. Giving up a lot. Yeah, a lot of yards through there. But yeah, 15 overall. That shocked the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, we
20.4 points per game, 335 yards per game. Okay. 18.
A solid streamer. Yeah.
Solid streamer.
Like a lot of this stuff, we're gonna have to see what the teams turn out to be offensively. It's hard to evaluate strength of schedule. We haven't even seen any games, and it changes year to year. I don't like banking on anything solid until I get like at least like 3 or 4 games under their belts, and then you get to see them all working and seeing where their strengths and weaknesses are, and then that's when you'll be able to hit up that waiver wire and start getting guys or getting teams to stream it. That's how you do the team defense. Those matchups week to week. There's gonna be a solid one out on the waiver wire, and that's how I usually like to do it. Like I won't even draft team defense or kicker. Sometimes I'll just rely on like what the best matchup on Monday, Sunday night is. To be like, well, if it's a close one, I'll pick one up, and if I already have it won, or if I'm losing and it ain't gonna matter, then I'll just keep my bench full of flex plays because. Yeah, man, I just don't put a whole lot of value in the team defense and kicker.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. That'd be that Hail Mary stuff once the come Monday night, and it'd be the
I love doing that move.
Right. Oh,
you're like, man, I need to get 4 points. Let's see. All right, I'll pull up the fucking team defense and cross my fingers. Hopefully, they don't get a 0.
No facts. Yeah, Jerry, he said L'Jarius Sneed. Derek said L'Jarius Sneed is over there too. So hopefully
so that locks up a big hole then, because if their cornerbacks was weak, now that's all of a sudden probably a strong port, because Sneed is a baller.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Sneed's over there.
Sneed's over there, bro. Woo!
Yeah, that kind of like turns it all upside down a little bit. You grab one of the best availables. They're working hard to make that team better. Just don't know Will Levis if he's the thing. We'll see.
I mean, like, I feel like it is designed for Will Levis to be like a useful and a super flex though, right? Because like all them pass catching running backs. All them You done crying now? Yeah. Okay, no, you want to cry some more? Okay, let's go. We're gonna cry some more. But yeah,
I'd rather have him as my third QB, but I could see him being a play from time to time. All starters in the NFL, they're all potential plays. Yeah, even our man AOC, Aiden O'Connell, hell yeah, I like the news coming out of training camp so far. You got the Aiden O'Connell, the upside play for the quarterback one on the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, let's go. He's on the block.
He's on the block.
Yeah,
Aiden O'Connell's on the blitz block.
Indeed.
Who's got
shout out to Bakes.
Cindy.
We'll make a deal, Bakes.
I got a piece for you. Might be valuable to you.
Hey, what's your thoughts on the Rams defense this year? They got some hitters over there.
Who do they bring in as their DC? because Raheem Morris left to go take the Falcons gig.
Let's see.
Yeah, because then that off the top of my head, I might know like what to expect. I mean, I don't think they're changing anything as far as scheme wise. Like from a, it's not like they're going from a 3-4 to a 4-3 or anything like that. They still got they got Ernest Jones. Did Ernest Jones get a bag yet?
Now that
I don't know. I know he's got he's got his roster spot locked in. He's ready to go.
Okay.
If he hasn't gotten his bag, he's playing for one. He might have that motivation, but I think that with the Rams is that they're actually trying to win. So everybody on that squad is going to be playing really, really hard. If you have players, I know that their interior, like their defensive front, that's pretty nasty. I know they got rid of the all-time great, but still, the way that they drafted and they've been drafting, that interior line should be pretty healthy and strong, young, fast, hungry, because they want to get back into the playoffs and go further. And it just sucks for the Rams. I don't know, man. Playing in LA is it's a tough spot because they'll go into their house and it'll be half the other team, just like how the Chargers were in San Diego. They could win a Super Bowl, and then the next year it's like, and the whole town still don't give a fuck. Yeah, LA is ruthless.
The defensive coordinator name is Chris Shula, so I don't know if he's up under the
Dom Shula's great grandson. No.
Oh, everything. I don't know if that's his bloodline. It gotta be. No facts. So who did contract that he was asking about? Was it Jones?
Ernest, yeah. If he signed anything on the offseason, if they locked him in, because they got rid of Kendricks, and it's going to be the Ernest Jones show from now on, unless they plan on moving off of him. I think his 4th or 5th year. I don't know if it was a 4th year option that they might have picked up this season, or if they did the extension. Because I think he's been in the league. This is going to be his 4th season, so they would have had to done something. I just don't know what they did.
Oh yeah, it is his last season. This is his last season under contract. He due to make a 3.1 for his base.
Yeah, that's super cheap. So they probably see that as a way to be like, oh, okay, we got this great player, super cheap. There's no rush. We'll let him go for free agency, and hopefully we do really well, and he just wants to come back, type of thing. Because a lot of teams are going to be off trying to swoop up on Ernest Jones. He's a good playmaker.
Yeah. So he didn't get the bag yet.
No, I don't think so. They're just going to let him play out his 4th year option.
Yeah, I remember he was already on the way his rookie year too, and like he ended up tearing his ACL. Like I think he even he was doing it while he was catching a pick.
Yeah, he had Wagner and Kendrick and all sorts of people to battle for. Was Kendricks on the team at that point when Jonas was on it, or was he? Or am I thinking about the Chargers? No, he's on the
2021. He was a rookie, Ernest Jones. So it was like, yeah, you had B-Wag there, Leonard Floyd, and Von Miller. Yeah, and Von Miller. So like Ernest Jones, he was still making noise though. He was still making. I want to say he had 2 picks that year as a rookie, and then but one of them I think he was taking it. He was taking it, trying to take it out to the house, and he tore his shit. Starting like a month.
He played 7 games. He started 7 games in 2021, played 15, and then 2022 17 games, and then 15 games, and then 114, and then 145 last year. Damn, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes crazy. And
he wasn't a first round pick neither.
No, they have. Remember, the Rams haven't had a first round pick till what, last year? or
I
this
forgot
year.
about that. Right, this year I think it was.
As far as the McVay era goes, because like they were always
they-
just trashing them, right? Like,
Oh,
boom, fucking send the first, give me a Jalen Ramsey. Remember that? And
Facts.
then they're like, fuck it, here's the first. Go give me fucking what's his face? Remember the first time around, it was like Sammy Watkins or something like that.
Yeah, it
Then I think they
was.
doubled back. They doubled back and was like, Bong, give me fucking Brandon Cooks. And then it was the Jalen Ramsey thing.
Yeah, that Brandon Cooks one. That's when they lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Cooks played for the both of the teams.
Yeah, and I think they gave up like it was like the first round, but it was like the 20 something. You know what I mean? Because they got in the playoffs that year, that 2017. Yeah, because they got Brandon Cooks, went straight to the goddamn. Hey, Brandon Cooks, he was the first one. He lost 2 Super Bowls 2 years in a row.
That shit is crazy, bro. Because what was it to the
Eagles, where they blasted him hella early, and he was just out El Concusto.
Right, El Concusto. That's why we gave him that name. He got a few of them joints.
Oh, that's right. He was El Concusto. He was the El Concusto.
Ah!
Right? I forgot because people forget Brandon Cooks. You were always like, oh no, he got hit. Fuck. You're like, he's dead for like 3 weeks. The dizzies.
Night.
Yeah, he's getting laid out. My Niners. Oh, our Niners was smash him, bro. Boom, pause. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, I used to have a gang of him those years though.
Oh, facts.
I didn't fuck with him in the New England year though. The New England year, I was like, I think he still hit for a thou wow that year though.
I thought he was gonna be something last year.
I mean, did he get close to it that well? Because that's usually like his mark. That's like
600, 700.
Okay, yeah. And he played all year though. That is kind of crazy. That's how much concentrated the target market share is to fucking the lamb chops. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got a big chop.
A big chop for real.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, yeah, we can close this one up though. You know what I mean?
got one more question for y'all though.
Okay, yeah, let's go. I literally just put her down. She's fine, but I'm like, man, now she's gonna wake up like at 10 o'clock and think that was a nap. I'm like,
how y'all feel about the Jaguars, Brad?
Ooh,
is there any big names over there that people should?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, shit, they got one of the killer inside line. Yeah, we can still rock actually, because now you got Olakun, Devin Lloyd, boom, they're killing it. You know what I'm saying? You got I think it's the 3rd year now for Travion Walker. So you know what I mean? He finally started to look like what he should have been last year, right? So maybe he takes another step forward. You got obviously, I guess we can't call him the Black Josh Allen anymore because he was like, enough of that. I am Josh Hines Allen. And shout out to him because apparently I think he's honoring his grandpa, the passing of his grandpa on his mom's side. You know the maiden name.
Yeah.
So I think he added it. You know what I mean? Which is Hines. So now he's Josh Hines Allen.
Yeah.
Balling. You know what I mean? It's interesting in the secondary because you got my man Cisco. Then they let go of Rayshon Jenkins, who's like a wily old veteran who's just been killing it for fantasy the last couple of years.
Savage.
They just paid Campbell.
They paid Tyson Campbell. I feel like it was almost like pay him so he doesn't leave. You know what I mean? Because they needed anybody. He's all right. He's all right to me. But yeah, it's really about their linebacker core to me. Rather, you know what I mean?
We're talking about the elite IDP option for the last 3. He's like the Josh Allen of IDP. You know, like when he's an overall number 1 scorer, probably like 3 out of 4 last seasons, and that one season that he wasn't number 1, he was still like number 2 or number 3. He didn't come into the league with a lot of valor. He wasn't a highly touted prospect, but I think just coming in and having a position and he ran with the opportunity and he gets those tackles. That's a nice piece. Should be the first IDP off the board, but oftentimes he'll slip to like the 4th or 5th one, which is I guess still pretty good. You know.
Yeah.
But he's my number 1 right there.
Okay, yeah, Foye. I mean, it's hard to dispute that because I think he's been rocking the crown for 3 years straight in the IDP linebackers.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. And he went from Atlanta to I remember Who would have thought he was just chilling like behind Deion Jones that whole time? Because Deion Jones was cool, but he wasn't like the baddest motherfucker. You know what I mean? Olakun jumps in, kills it with the Falcons. Then he got a bag, which people was like, oh, maybe it was a one-off fluke thing, but he got a pretty big bag too. And he's just been doubling and triple it. Now he's going for that quintuple right here. Because he's what's he been reigning supreme to the tune of like 100? I know it was like 140 solos, something like that.
Oh, the solos, yeah, combined it's like 180 tackles. Combined.
So he's talking about like maybe like 120, 130 or something like that, right?
Yeah, like 120 to 140 solos potentially. I mean, that in terms of if you play the IDP 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
we're looking at a guy that can score up to 350 fantasy points for you. And then when you break that down, that's a WR2, a high-end WR2. So that's a pretty valuable piece to have on your squad if you're utilizing IDP. Yeah.
Yeah. And then let's do a little quick sweep because if y'all still down now, because actually I do got sometimes she is asleep on this monitor now. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm looking at she was kind of getting shaky. I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, she's down. But yeah, so look at this. So I mean, obviously you go from Olakuns to the Zaire Franklins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quincy was up there last year. You know what I'm
saying?
It was
Okariki.
Oh yeah, my bad. It was Okariki. Yep. And he's poised to do it again. You know what I mean? Then obviously you got Roquan, who's a repeat offender. He's just always going to be in the top 6 range, no matter in my book. Queen was always,
yeah. Queen's in a new system, and then also like Jordan. If he has a bounce back from his injuries, that Miami situations. We're talking about Jordan Brooks.
Yep, Jordan Brooks.
He could jump back in. I think the 1 year when Foy wasn't like the top dog, I think Jordan Brooks might have been the top dog, but then he got injured or something.
Yeah, and then
these are the recent numbers.
Oh, and then here's another tandem I just thought of. The tandem in Chicago. They some bad motherfuckers too.
Hell yeah, TJ Edwards and
Jermaine. Yep, True Maine.
Yeah. Tremaine is a monster out there in the middle. It's hard to throw a pass up the middle against Tremaine Edmonds because he's so damn big. And
he hurts himself.
TJ Edwards is a force to be reckoned with. Another high tackling
sideline,
and then he can get after the quarterback too. And then Chicago's defense is out there a lot, so the opportunity is always going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah. Who else was that? Who else is some good targets here?
It says that Antoine Winfield Jr. was a top 3 overall IDP player last year. Give me
he was DB1 overall, and then he was definitely. I think when you talk about IDP 1, 2, 3, I think TJ Watt might have took the cake in terms of most points because of the fucking 19-20 sacks or whatever he had.
And they'll also group him with the DLs too as well. So he's always the number 1 to have. You know what I mean? Like,
he was. But his the consistency week to week is higher with your linebackers, so that's why Boy is probably a little bit more valuable to me. But if straight at the end of the season stats, that I think TJ Watt and then Foyle Lapoon and
and then here's some. I remember I was mad as hell when I saw JD beat me to the punch on this one back in early in the offseason, but it was KJ Britt. That's another guy from coming up in Tampa. He's going to be one of them guys that could be in this conversation next year, like the high end like LB2s and shit. You know what I mean? Because he can go over 100 all purpose this year if he plays all year and plays healthy. I mean, I'm basing this on the role he's about to fill a lot, but also on what I saw him in the playoffs. Because when you look at his in season, I think he only had like 13 tackles or something.
The Joey Bird, the Burrow's new dude, man.
Oh yeah, man, come on.
Is he finished or like is that
No,
just the
man, he's
start
a
of it?
Sagittarius.
He didn't get the color done yet. He just fucking bleached it and then
he buzzed it down first, then he bleached it, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
And he's got to rock a color, like get something going in there because that doesn't. I don't know. I think it looks good.
I mean, if he just goes like swimming, I'm pretty sure he has a pool at his house. He just goes swimming. Boom, in a couple days it'll be green. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
green for money, right? He's like,
yeah, but I would imagine, he's about to dye it something. Like, what if he comes out and he dyes it like the orange and black, like the jersey and shit?
He just has stacks. He's got the blue bills all over the place. Like, yeah, draw them in there.
My Rob was rocking the different colors last year too.
Yeah, I watched that receivers thing on YouTube or on Netflix. I'm sorry, that was pretty good. I binged it. I watched the whole series in one sitting, and yeah, they talked about that how he got real into it because how can you not like if you're a Detroit player and you see the fans erupting like they did, it's just like, oh shit, I really appreciate their love, so I'm gonna show it right back, and that was kind of cool that he did that. Everybody else, they kind of like jumped on the bandwagon, and that was like a thing in that town was go dye your hair blue and show up to the game or show up to work with blue hair.
100%.
I dyed my hair blue when I was like in 5th grade. I was a big Green Day fan. Billy Joe. Yeah, Billy Joe.
This is your punk rock. This is when you're aspiring punk rock.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then like yours was a bitch though because you bleach the shit. Then when you dye it, like and like it definitely wasn't the blue that I like. I thought it didn't look like it was like I thought it was gonna be like a dark like magenta type of blue. Like what's maybe not magenta. What's the one like a midnight blue? You know what I mean? That motherfucker came out looking like Blue's Clues blue. You know what I mean? And I was like, bruh. Maybe if I had like the ill Carolina joint to go with it or something, you know what I mean? But it was that kind of blue almost, you know what I mean? Like what the? So I just dyed that shit back.
Hey, Derek, want to know if you seen this trade in the 21.
Ooh, what happened?
No, he asking you if you seen it. He sent you a trade.
Oh, I don't have my phone around here. I was about to say I'll look at it right now. You know what I mean? No, because you know what I'm saying. The 21 is that one's a. I was literally less than a point away from the Super Bowl, and I would have destroyed anyone that played me that week too. So I'm out for blood in that one. Yeah,
Killer Squad last year, huh?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I had a nice year last year. I mean, we're fairly consistent, right? You know what I mean? Our group. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why the playmakers, you know what I mean? Steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron, whatever the saying goes, over here, diamonds sharpen diamonds, you know what I mean? You gotta have the diamond tip tools, you know what I'm saying? On deck. You feel me? Sharpening a mug. But yeah, I think that's
it. Drop the trade in the chat. There you go.
Yeah, put it in the chat though.
We got Marvin Harrison Jr., a 3rd round. For Neighbors, Hollywood Brown, Shakir, and Josh Metellus. So which one? So you traded Harrison Jr. in a 3rd to get all that? You won.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because I'm not on the Harrison Jr. hype as much as the average guy. I had Neighbors being better than Harrison, and then you get all those extra pieces that are actually the starters. And then Metellus, I mean, I know what Metellus is.
And I think he also he got Rashee Rice over there, right there. Piece. I think Derek got Rashee Rice over there too. So like, he's just locking down that whole Chiefs situation right there, giving Hollywood too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the Neighbors right there. That was probably what he was trying to get, and as like to solidify the reasoning of getting rid of Harrison Jr. But overall, I still think Neighbors has a chance to actually be better than Harrison Jr. Even this year, fuck it. I'm not sold on the Harrison Jr. in Arizona. I still think Arizona's gonna run the ball like a motherfucker.
100%, and it's going to be a lot to do with Harrison being making defenses have to play honest, right? So, you know what I mean? Maybe James Conner won't have so much stacked boxes for once in his life, but also I will say I like Kyler better as a passer, but I'm also, man, to get neighbors and all that. You know what I mean? Like I'll deal with the shitty Danny Dumbass and Drew Lockpack for now, because neighbors and Lad McConkey and Harrison Jr. I think those are the three rookies that will be useful for us in fantasy this year, like in redraft and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, their fucking target their target rate and their target
yeah, the shares are gonna be fat.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Yeah, and they're all already starters for sure too. So like, yeah, because outside of that, like, I mean, even the Keon Coleman thing, like, it sounds nice, but maybe not for redraft, or you know, I mean, might be the guy that picks him up off the waiver or something. You know what I mean? And unless like, you know, we start to see him kill it for real, like, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll start to change my mind. But so far, those are the three rookies. I was thinking, because I remember Peacock said that he was like, man, it's kind of tough for the rookies this year, receivers and redraft. And I was thinking, like, maybe just for those three, though, right? You know what I mean? Those three I feel okay about. I might even have one of
Brian Thomas in there.
Okay. I might have an ignorant. One of my redraft teams is going to be ignorant as fuck, and I'm going to have like all of them on it. Watch. It's possible. I get Malik, and then fucking, what's his name? Harrison at one point, and then neighbors. They'll probably be close in proximity, right? Then you can go ahead and get Lad McConkey at a decent value, I'm sure. Yeah. And Brian Thomas, he's been a double-digit guy. He'll jump up for sure. Brian Thomas is going to be a guy that jumps up to like around 9-10 in a single QB. Like, maybe, you know what I mean? Because I've been seeing him going like 12-13. I'm like, oh shit, Brian Thomas. That's pretty good right there.
Hey, Levante David is still in Tampa?
Yeah, hell yeah. It's going to be him and KJ Britt. Yeah.
Yeah. That's number one. That's my favorite NFL player. Like, I've been playing IDP since 2008, and I remember when he came into the league, and that's crazy because that's a long time ago. He's still in it. And he last season was probably one of his best production in terms of fantasy value. He's a baller. I just like his attitude too. If you're from Tampa, give us a shout out. Tell us how the city loves Levante David.
Yeah, he's the dude.
Especially
after they won a Super Bowl, bro. He ain't never paid for no food ever, forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just goes to the restaurant, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? And rest in peace to Julio Fulio. I know he's from Jacksonville, but they murked him out there. You know what I mean?
Oh my man.
They set his ass up, man. That's shit crazy.
Yeah. Shit, y'all got anybody else y'all want to talk about, bro?
I'm good. We could put them on it. Because we can go on for days when it comes to the idea, when we start breaking them down individually, right? You know what I mean? I think that might be the playmaker, at least a segment on each playmakers for the duration of the offseason, you know what I mean? Where we'll spend like maybe half the show talking about like one of the IDP positions specifically, because linebackers, that could almost be its own show for real, you know what I mean? I mean, even this one, we pretty much nailed all of them, all the guys that you really have to have your eye on. And we even forgot about the Quay Walker Cooper pack that might be fucking going crazy this year too.
Is that in Green Bay?
Yep, in Green Bay. They got a nice little pack over there for IDP, you know what I mean?
Wow. Yep. Yeah. I appreciate your chat. You know, your questions and comments, they really help us. It's just it's a nice little bonus having your guys' insight as well. Keep it up. Yep, we love it.
Yeah, man. Y'all playmakers out there, man. Shout out to all the Gen Welters, man. You know what I'm saying? JD, let them know, man. We got a gang of shit, man. What you got going on with the heart to start?
Derek said he do got Keon Coleman and Rashee Rice in that league in the 21, 100%.
Mm-hmm. See, I see you over there. You got a good ass team. I see what he's doing.
Hey, Tino said y'all hear about the curse of Kirk Cousins?
I mean, like, he ain't wondering where he been. He got one. He's made some of the most money. He has one playoff win under his belt. Does he got one or two? He got the one. He beat the Saints. I don't think he's won. I think he's had about 3 trips.
Yeah, because that was the miracle game, wasn't it? Where they tipped it. Where
Nah, that was with when they had the queso. When they had Case Keenum on the case, he was on the case.
Quarterback.
Yeah, but bring up that conspiracy though. Like, I want to read it in detail and see what he's talking about, because I think he said no team has ever won a Super Bowl in the same season they lost Kirk Cousins. That's just going down too far to rabbit hole, man. That's a crazy thing to think about because he's been playing for so long. But
Hold on.
am I going the next season and be like, no, you ain't won the Super Bowl? Yeah, so if they played in the regular season or maybe even playoffs and they lost to Kirk Cousins, that the next year they're not winning the Super Bowl.
Man, don't find no stupid ass stat, Tino.
That's what I'm saying. That's like, there's only one Super Bowl champion every year.
We lost to the Vikings last year on a Monday nighter. That's why he's trying to say that.
Yeah,
Cowboys.
Crazy. They whooped the shit out of us on that game too.
Yeah, they did.
Everything.
And they didn't have Jefferson.
Jordan Addison was going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my
mama!
Even Charvarius Ward. Him and Charvarius Ward went up for the pass at the same time, and he bullied him every day.
Yeah, he highlight reeled him.
Yeah, he highlight reeled him.
He mossed him and highlight reeled him all at the same time.
Oh my mama!
The Vikings is a good play. You know what I hate about the Vikings is their offense, and I'm like, if they're gonna go anywhere, it's gonna be because of that defense, just like how Cleveland was last year. That they got all the way to the playoffs for the all on the shoulders of their defense. That's what the Minnesota Vikings are gonna be. They ain't gonna score no points.
Yeah, and I do feel and man, I feel bad for them, man. They just lost one of their would-be starting corners, obviously to ACL today, and obviously earlier this month, the unfortunate passing of the youngster as well. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I mean, and you got that Brian Flores is over there. They keep a gang of. That's where I think Stephon Gilmore will end up, because I think the Cowboys are cutting. Didn't they cut him loose? So he'll reunite with. I feel like he'll eventually reunite with Brian Flores because they have a need for that spot. But man, they got the killer duo over there with the gold medalist, my man Josh Metellus, and my cousin for real, bro. Cam Bynum.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to my dog Doug. He said the Vikings are only gonna win 3 games this year.
Hey, I wonder where Vegas got him at. And shout out to Doug. I wonder where Vegas got him at the win totals, because I would take the under. That feels like money.
Fucking hey.
I mean, shit, they're gonna be
first round again next year.
You know that's what you gotta love Kirk Cousins for fantasy though, because like when the whole team's bad, I mean, this goes all the way back to him with the Redskins. It's like, yo, when that whole team is bad, he is chucking that thing, bruh. He was slinging that thing, but was oddly enough, their defense did come around like after like week 5, 6, and they were just elite, so to speak. And a lot of the yards allowed, and you know what I mean, touchdowns allowed, or total points allowed. They all of a sudden they were killing it. Them and Chicago and the Raiders. That was crazy. That second half shit.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, man, that's what's up.
He said, "What's up to you?"
Oh, what up?
Facts.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that's him though. You know what I mean? We can keep going though. Actually, I got time. But you know what I mean? Throw some names out. Because there's a gang. Oh yeah. But while we're on the Vikings, I forgot my man, the sophomore, bro, Ivan Pace.
Yeah,
he's green dotted, bro. You know what I mean? He's green dotting it. So you know what I mean? He got
the helmet. He got the microphone in the helmet and all that.
Yeah, he was already. I think he went up for like over 100 all-purpose last year for Shelly. It might have been 90 something. Somebody can fact check me if y'all want. But
yeah, well, I see he had 148 points last year. They don't break down the
okay,
and it don't show his tackles and all that.
Yeah, if you look at the total, Yeah, but he went up for show as a rookie too, and he was an undrafted guy. You know what I'm saying? And it was a Brian Flores guy. You know how that's how they be too. You know what I mean? They'll be like, I really like this kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shout out to our man Denny, bro. You know, he's from Minnesota. And he's out that way. And he was telling us about it this time last year during training camp. He was like, this kid, Ivan Pace. You know what I mean? And then once he was a dog right out the gate, he became Ivan Pace. You know what I mean? Because now
all of a sudden he gets a little bit of Russian in him.
yes, I blink you. You feel me? And in the last 2 startups we did, bro, I'm high because people was pulling them up kind of high, like damn.
Yeah, that's all right. That helps you though. That helps you in that
kind of
round.
saves me for myself.
Jefferson gonna get traded by week 5, huh? After that big old,
you got the big old bag.
He got the big bag.
Okay, who would it be? Even just to hypothetically play this game, this is kind of fun because then, like in the world, see, I'm gonna add a little wrinkle to it. In the world, we trade away Ayuk and we don't bring back anybody like some picks and maybe some defensive guys are like, what is going on? We're scratching our head. Then we trade for the Jefferson.
That would be nice.
And Ayuk, get Jefferson. Boy,
maybe the Chargers.
Yeah, and Ayuk, and while we're at it, add another wrinkle. Ayuk goes to the Bills. That's where we traded him to. Give me that for Josh Allen. Let's go,
bro.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Shake it all up. And you know what's funny though? We did see a little shake up kind of circa fantasy football a couple years ago, right? When you saw Devontae Adams and Tyreek, and you know what I mean? Motherfucker was like shuckling and jiving and moving and grooving. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
And then Tino say he could see Tyreek and Devontae maybe getting traded as well too.
And then like that trade deadline is kind of nasty too, right? Because it's like, okay, who's really in it? That where we really feel like we're in it, and we need this extra piece for a push. You know what I mean? Then that could be the Jets, because like the Jets, I mean, like maybe without. Do you think without Diggs and is that detrimental to the Bills? Do they, you know what I mean? Do the Jets, could they be a dark horse division winner? I don't know, because I feel like they would be like more so in the wild card conversation, and then they would be like, all right, let's go get Tay. You know what I mean?
Bills showed some major weaknesses. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets could win the division, but I do fully expect.
I'll give a 1 and a 2. I'll be like, fuck it, here's a 1 and a 2.
They do. They would be pretty nasty if they had a really solid, guy next to Garrett Wilson. Mike Williams is only going to be showing up for like 6-7 weeks. So,
and Malachi Corley, he's kind of a little guy too, huh? He's not.
That's like if you're going to do anything with him,
it'd be always.
I would like to see him be like a Devo. I know we always talk about like, who's Devo, but that's really what they did. Like in college with Malachi, was like throw him the ball and let him do what he needs to do, and get some yards after catch. That's where he comes into play. He's a yak guy. And who was it? Why can't I think of the guy from Green Bay who stuck around for a long time and moved over with Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, like it might be something similar to because Aaron Rodgers has some pull when it comes to the playbook. So if he liked doing things with Randall Cobb and he sees some similarities and wants to do things similar.
Yeah, Randall Cobb didn't kind of do the close to the line of scrimmage shit, like the quick outs. I mean, he was a hot read for him.
Yeah, screen passes, little jet sweeps and stuff like that. So, get the ball out quick, because we got to keep Aaron Rodgers from getting hit. That might be something that might be a reason why Aaron Rodgers does come out for people, but usually when he does come out for people, he's serious about it. When he says, "Hey, I really like this guy," so when he said, "Oh, this is my favorite receiver in this draft," that goes a long way in fantasy production usually. So we'll see. Training camp just started. I think Corley is kind of like recovering. so they might not get too much action in the preseason. But come week 5, week 6, in the middle of the season, maybe Corley becomes a real weapon, and you be starting him in as your flex.
Yeah, I feel like what was his name?
Corley?
Yeah, Malachi Corley. There you go. Yeah, like I want him to be a thing for sure because there's really I'm still looking at receiver room like it's Gary Wilson and then Malachi. I don't give a fuck. Right.
Yeah. Mike Wilson, he's good for 5 to 7 games a year. He's gonna have a few big plays, but this is. Are they gonna be game-winning plays? I don't know. He's a difference maker.
Probably touchdowns.
Yeah,
he's a big guy.
Yeah, they got to be timed right. They got to be like fourth quarter, playing from behind, and they go up with the TD.
When they least suspect
like,
Mike
Williams was like that.
Hey, Bogey, how's it going?
What's up, Lee?
Not much.
Yeah, hey. The bouncer had to give you the boots earlier because it was just way noise earlier. You know what
I mean? Yeah, the TV was turned on.
Yeah. Well,
Kendrick Miller's got a second grade strain.
On what, hamstring?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and when you say, it's funny because when you say whatever it's a strain. That's already like a slight tear. You know what I'm saying? When you say a second grade, like, okay. Yeah, that's probably, but see, that's like 6 weeks from now. I think he'll be 6 to 8 from now till the season starts for him. He'll be all right. Well, you can't rush those things back so they don't linger. And then obviously, it makes it like a Jamal Williams, a little interesting.
I was watching
as far as the handcuff action goes, like for a Kamara, but we love this for Kamara though. This is what we're saying. Like,
yes, we do.
We love this for Kamara like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Sam Darnold was dropping 50-yard bombs.
Sam Darnold's dropping 50-yard bombs. Without pressure in his face.
Exactly, right?
And it's going to Justin Jefferson.
He is safe space Sam.
Exactly.
I like this.
Justin Jefferson might be one of those rare receivers that make any quarterback look good.
Exactly. Make him look like $1 million.
That's what.
Well, I mean, that's about right. Actually, Sam Darnold is only worth $1 million in the NFL.
And he got about 11 over there, or something like that.
I know. I would have gave him 1 and been happy, but
you got that Minshew Mania bag.
Oh yeah,
those backups. That's a sweet gig if you got backup potential. Shit, I'm signing up because. I can sit in the bench, ride the pine, and come home with 15 mil. And be like, yeah, all I gotta do is do the practice quarterback, play the other team's quarterback every week, or 4 days a week.
Tino want to know, y'all know the name of the DB from the Vikings that tore his ACL today?
Oh, what's his name?
Go ahead, Lee. Yeah, Lee got it.
Yeah, it's right here. Hold on. It was Blackman. McKay Blackman?
Yeah.
Blackman.
Hey, look, I told him I'm not yelling.
Malachi Blackman, I believe it is.
You're
doing it right now.
Mekhi.
Hey,
yeah.
Sam Darnold starring in a new movie coming out called he's in the new cast.
Starring Safe Space Sam?
Yeah, Safe Space Sam is in a new Casper movie this year.
Yeah, let's go. He's played him and Space goes coast to coast.
Oh my mouth.
You know what I mean? Let's go. Bruh,
who's that lizard in that show? I forgot. Like, remember the mantis?
He was a mantis. Oh, yeah, his name was Mantis, right?
Yeah, his name
was Brock.
Hey, Bogey.
Brock, yeah. That's right.
What's up, Lee? What you got for me?
I was just watching the news here in Dallas, and they're saying Dak Prescott is very close to having a new deal.
Well, yeah. We were just talking about that, weren't we?
I swear it's gonna go Jordan Love, then immediately Dak after for like a $5 million over whatever he gets. Because for some crazy reason, I don't know why the talk is like.
You want to hear the eye-popping number he's looking at?
That's kind of crazy to me.
Jerry's throwing out $65 million.
That's what I just said. So he's gonna throw 5 more. So Dak's just idling by. and he's
Look
waiting
at
for Jordan
JD
Love.
shaking his head.
Hey, you know what? Somebody should look this up, bro. If they got
What
the same
fuck are we
agent,
doing wrong?
I wonder if they got the same agent, bro.
Oh, that's a chess move. That's why they take it so long.
Yeah.
And while CD hasn't even got his bag yet either.
Right. That's crazy. 65 M's for 4 years.
Jesus Christ.
Damn. So
I mean,
the
I mean, but even for Jordan Love, like he's probably gonna get 60, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get the bag.
What is Trevor Lawrence shit annually? 57?
Yeah, 57, I think it was. Hold on.
Is it? No way. I thought it was like 55 or something like
I
that.
think he got 55.
Yeah, because you know what it is too is like he's the first round
lottery numbers.
Right.
No shit, right?
But we are accustomed to football numbers not being. You know, back in the days when motherfuckers said, "Oh, he got football numbers," we're talking about 25 to the L.
No wonder we got that rugby coming over trying to make it
25 million was like football numbers before, but now they're getting duplicated.
It's like I'm gonna try for the NFL. Fuck that, they ain't got no money in rugby, but they just throwing it all over the place in the NFL. Is that Louis Reese Zimmet or whatever?
Well, I mean, and 100. I don't know when the PG I say PGA, that's golf. The Players Association with the owners, whatever that shit is, that meeting's called. What's their agreement? The Players Association CBA. There you go.
I don't know.
Agreement. That's exactly
all
what
right.
it is.
Trevor Lawrence's contract. Here it is, right here. He's getting 15 this year, 17 next, then 24, 35, 47, and then 78 in 2029, which they'll basically all that fucking be out of it. They'll just basically cut that shit down.
Well, no, because the way it's gonna work
front. That's
exactly upfront money, exactly.
For his guarantees, and then as a signing bonus, but also on top of that, it's an extension. So whatever he was already set to get for the next 2 years, being tacked on that they're not tacking that on when they say 17.
Exactly.
14. Yeah, that it was on 24. That's on top of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he cashed out though. So yeah, these next two are definitely if Dak, Tua, and
he cashed out for blowing what was it, a 27 to no, he
shut up.
Back. He came back.
That was Herbert.
That's right. Yeah, because Herbert. See now, look at Herbert's back.
Reminding me of that 27-0.
What is the 27-0 back blowing it? That 27-0.
You're gonna learn one day.
No, but what does that back get? What is that back for Herbert? Like he's in the 55
Shut
range.
The fuck up.
I said he's in the 55 range. I'm asking an honest question.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. I think it was like 120 million guaranteed.
Hey, Bogey. What's his name? Colson for the Chargers had an appendectomy.
I know what that is, but I'm trying to think right now because I'm so high.
Junior Colson.
That's not an appendix. That's not an appendectomy.
Is that when
maybe that's an
is that the gallbladder? No, it's not the gallbladder.
I don't know. I saw it posted earlier.
Appendectomy. See, I honestly think it's like something with the stomach. You know, maybe it's some the ab muscles. Maybe he tore.
I'm a doctor. I should know this.
Yeah,
I'm actually looking it up right now. Hold on.
But usually, appendectomy means that
I
remove.
like how Lee's like, oh, I know a doctor. Hey, Bogey. He got an appendectomy. I'm like,
He probably got his kidney took out.
It's a surgical procedure to remove your appendix.
Oh,
okay. So
okay, appendectomy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Duh, appendix. Yeah. Hey, no, he'll be back in like probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can recover from that.
Yeah, that's
who was that?
I think they have to change their diet or something though.
Who was that Chris?
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit, ruptured on the goal line. Remember that?
Who was this?
Oh yeah,
Sims, when he played for the Bucks.
Oh god,
Chris Sims.
Chris Sims.
Oh,
that's right. He took it down to the goal line, but then he was down for the count. But I think his joint bursted, right?
Yeah.
Oh my mama.
Damn, that's cool. Because then you can get what happens? You get like blood toxin or something like that.
Now that I don't know, bro.
Because like you said, something.
It is pretty severe. You have to go into surgery.
Shout out to my little cousin Francis. His shit bursted, and I asked him what it felt about. He said he said he was in hella pain and it felt like something spilled on him, but in the inside, hella warm.
Oh, wow.
I was like, whoa. Yeah, he was like, I didn't know what it was. But he's like, he woke up in the middle of the night. His shit just bursting when he was asleep. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
He's like, oh shit, what was that? Like, you know what I mean? And he thought he like pissed and shit himself. He's like, what the fuck? But it was his
Hey,
attendant,
Bogey, I'll see if I can dig out those pictures from Make-A-Wish.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Show us like on the Friday morning show. That would be fucking awesome. Yeah, hell yeah, Lee. You know what I mean? Lee's had quite for our big bro Lee. Y'all don't know. He has a crazy hell of a story. You know what I mean? We're gonna have little Lee corners here and there. Where we just boom. All right, look, this Lee's corner right here. You know what I'm saying? Lee got some stories too, bro.
Yeah.
Some we might not be able to tell online. I ain't gonna lie to you. We can talk alleged though. You know what I mean? Talking alleged, we can talk online.
Hey, JD, you remember when back in the day in the 70s when they had the New York Cosmos and the the soccer team?
Man, you know what? The 70s is a little bit before my time. I don't want to get
Yeah, I mean,
you probably do, right? Back in the day when they had soccer?
I mean,
look at you.
I'm a late 80s.
Yeah, you know who
I was born in 84. I think. Are you in 80?
Right?
Are you born in 80, JD?
Not 80 exactly.
80. Yep. Yeah, he's born in 80. Yep.
JD.
I'm 87.
JD, you know
I'm sure in my past life.
Pele is though. I know who Pele is though for sure.
Oh, Pele was.
My father and my mother used to be boosters for the Cosmos, right? So
Nice.
basically, I used to when I was.
I like how he says the hella casual too.
I went to Pele's retirement game, and Pele was at my 3rd birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, they were boosters, man. That's just hard.
Hey.
My grandpa played professional soccer for TJ back in the day. He was the goalie. He was in the newspapers and all that shit. He couldn't help but brag. He's like, "That's me, James. Look at me. I'm such a stud." And blah blah. I'm like, "Damn,
hey man, you gotta put the glory in." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then you had to go to the next section, the next section, the next section. You're like, "God damn it." It's like, no wonder I don't want to come here no more.
Hey, Bogey, how much money do your 49ers have? They all want the money now.
Everybody wants some money, right? You see what Derek said. Suge Knight, aka Trent Williams, wants his. He missing training camp, man. He wants his money, man.
He wants his bag.
Suge Knight and pot.
Would that be a final contract for him, or how many more years do you think he's going to be playing?
So look at this. This is how it worked with Trent Williams, right? Because this is kind of interesting, actually. So when we traded for him from the then Washington football team, right? That was the Shannies that drafted him there when they was there. You know what I mean? So you know,
Pops.
Yeah, and then you know the Pops. You know, what I'm saying that's key in that scheme is obviously just in football in general that left tackle. You know what I mean? When we had a chance to go trade for him, we did in 2020, and so we gave him the bag, and it was like a so we picked up his existing contract and extended on top of it, right? So it was something like it would go like the first 4 years, and then it would kick in to like 34 million or something like that.
Yeah, it's some crazy number.
Yeah, but it was set back then to be affordable when we get here. So here we are, but now he wants to bump that up. You know what I mean? Because
his cap number is 31.
Exactly.
The next year is 34.
So that's gonna get resolved, and this is kind of slick for him because he's like, all right, now he can just kick it because nobody wants to do training camp, bro.
They'll do him like how they did C-Mac.
Exactly.
Structured it.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're gonna do, bro. Yeah. And they're gonna do the same thing with Kittle too, bro. I'm telling you. And all this is gonna make room for Ayuk's impending bag or whatever, or incoming bag.
Hey, Bogey, what do you think? What do you think Ayuk will get? What, 34, 35? What's Jefferson getting?
28.
I was gonna say I think he's gonna get 28ish.
That's what they've been saying, that he wants 28 and they're stuck on 26 from what I've been seeing. See,
and that's what's funny too, is because he said he wanted 30 because I figured he would get them to meet him halfway because they said 26, but they still come back with this. They slide the paper back to him, right?
Right.
He basically looks at it, 26.
push that motherfucker away.
Right?
No shit.
He just writes on there 28 real quick, pushes it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna put and he's doing what everybody does. Like Debo did it, and you know when Debo did it, he was out there not dressed. You know what I mean? He was out there, he was fly. You know what I'm saying?
Joe Burrow has a new schedule for practicing. He's only practicing he's not practicing no more than 2 days a week.
Oh shit! They trying to rest his ass up.
I mean, see, this is the thing is like I wonder if this is like part of his. This is part of.
Hold on. Let me say
it's part of his ramping back up because he's coming back.
He's expected to practice more than 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row.
This is expected. You know what I mean? Like he was going to be on some kind of regiment to ramp him back up. You know what I mean? Because this is his throwing arm that he had a dislocated wrist on. You know what I mean? Then when you look at the Brock last year when he was coming back from the elbow on his throwing arm. You know, even when you're throwing, you're going to start with the little.
And Mr. George Berto Kittle tweaked something today also. They haven't said what it is, but he tweaked something in practice.
Why you got to throw that Brittle Kittle in there? You ain't know.
Yeah. You know what? Justin Herbert, he just be falling apart too. You know what I mean?
Shut up, you bogsters.
That pisses me off too. I got him everywhere. You know
I got a bunch of Kittles myself. I know.
I'm talking about Justin Herbert. George Kittle's doing George Kittle things. You know what I mean?
Hey, not Tino, right? The only reason why they can't play these players because Brock ain't got his deal yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, is he gonna be at $60 million a year?
Yeah, he's gonna get the bag.
He's got to be like a $50 million guy. Yeah, I feel like he's a $50 million.
If Jordan Love gets 60, I think Brock's Camp's got a real good argument to be like.
He's got a hell of a case to get 60 himself.
I mean,
we won that game though.
I'm saying the Jordan Love 60 thing, but do you guys agree with me? Because I feel like that's what's going to happen here.
I think he's going to get it.
Then maybe I can't say that Brock's going to get 50 eventually. Then he's got to get that 60 burger at least.
I mean, for Mr. Irrelevant, if he loves where he's at, he might take a team friendly.
I think he'll take a team discount.
He might be that type of dude that
he'll take the 50 burger. Let's go.
I mean, you never know, bro. 100%. They ain't taking no team friendly. They want all.
You could do like a 3-year fully guaranteed type of thing, and then you cross that bridge when you get there again. Like like circa Kirk Cuzzo, but this time like it's 3 years, 150 M's fully
with
guaranteed.
Tons of incentives in it.
Yeah, for sure. But on top of the guarantees, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But because them fully guaranteed Jones, you know what I mean? Like, especially with someone who's floating around out there like Deshaun Watson, who still has the most fully guaranteed highest number still at 230. You know what I mean? That's his guaranteed. That's pretty crazy.
I think teams just go, we're not the Browns.
Yeah, they weren't. Teams aren't desperate like the Browns.
You got
the defense. And they damn near got in there with flag. I mean, they got
bogeys in the matrix.
They got in there with Flacco.
Team better, last pick in the draft, better take a team friendly. No, them is facts. That's how I feel, bro.
Yeah, that's like that for real, right? And we'll get him a bunch of endorsements. You know, he got Toyota.
Oh, everything.
He drives that Camry.
Come on, man, let's go.
He paid taxes on 9 games in California. They're gonna have to give him something, boy. But that's another show. We ain't gonna talk about
that is true. Oh, that is true.
Leave that on another day. My
gotta get like the 50 for real.
But shit, man, that's 2:22, 2 hours and 22 minutes, bro. That's three numbers in a row, man. If y'all believe in times and whatnot,
let's go.
We could put this.
I like things in threes.
Put this under the Christmas tree and wrap it up. Put it out to the YouTube streets and everybody that like to consume fantasy football content, man. Kidda, let the people know what's going on, big bro. Talk to them.
Yo, you know what? If you enjoyed what you seen, don't forget to subscribe, thumbs it up. All of the channels, we multi-streaming. So you can go ahead at the top. You can find all the links to the other joints that we got rolling. I guess we've got more coming pretty soon. Today is Wednesday night. I think we got a Wake Your Game Up coming
Friday.
on Friday, so that'll be
Bong.
something to look. And then Hard to Start, they got their daily working, so be sure to tune in on that. And then yeah, I'll be around. I don't got my own joint, but you can count on me.
He's a
tapping in.
playmaker.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Mama.
And you can find me from the depths of the darkness, Bogart scot-free.
Free.
Yeah.
Wherever you consume your music.
Oh, every day.
Streaming platforms give me money.
Talk to him, Lee. Let him know what's going on, bro.
Not much. It's called Almost Time Betty buys.
Mama.
No,
The
but
big-
I got to get up
big
around
bro
2
Lee.
o'clock in the morning. I got fantasy baseball at waiver wires to pick up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's on a strict
Hey, that's
schedule.
an everyday thing right there. You have
It is.
Yeah, pictures.
He's on it too.
oh fuck it.
He be
Hey,
texting me. He be texting me because I still be up.
JD,
And
I have 2 teams. I have 3 teams that are 14-1, and I got one that's 13-2. So I'm like, I just pick and choose. What the fuck do I got?
You ever play the ones that are actually game by game instead of week to week?
You know what I hate the most is categories.
yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
Oh
what
man, I
categories.
hate categories. I love points. I hate fucking categories.
Yeah, the points is
Yeah.
just like how the NBA, the fantasy NBA is ran too. You could either do categories or points on everything.
I'm getting rid of all my categories next year and keeping points. I can't do that shit. It's like I'm too confused. I got enough keeping track of my own life.
So yeah, I do like the fantasy baseball joints that scored up like fantasy football, but I'm not. I like the rotos. The rotos are fun. I used to play a lot of fantasy football. I mean fantasy baseball, and I always say that if you really like fantasy sports, at least give it a go if you have that day-to-day commitment, because it's fun, especially the draft. We get into these drafts that we got like 50 rounds and stuff, but that's a normal thing for baseball. Your squad is usually pretty
Yeah,
fat.
No,
I know Guru,
I just hate the waiver wire time. That's the only thing I hate about baseball. It's the
Hey,
waiver.
Spencer
Yeah,
was
3
saying,
o'clock in the morning. I'm like, come on
it-
now.
yes,
If you're that's when you're trying to play for wins.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Spencer's
Yeah.
starting the baseball league. He was like, you know what I mean, start recruiting fools. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, there's some fools that'll probably play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might do one again.
Yeah.
Whack.
Yeah.
Is it on?
next
It's on
year,
Yahoo.
yeah.
I
saying
see a
next
bunch
year.
of the guys I played fantasy with joined in the show tonight. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this 4 of the guys showed up.
Yeah.
Welcome,
let's
guys.
shout out to
Yeah.
them. Shout out to them. Appreciate
yeah.
y'all tapping in.
You want me to play the long version or the short version, bro?
You get him with the short thing. You know
Play
what
the
I mean?
short version.
We get up out of here. Yeah.
All right, here it go.
The new one.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah. Yeah, we make plays every day, yeah. 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 Yeah, we make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, good shit, guys. Like it.
Yeah, appreciate y'all,
Yeah,
man. Great show.
Friday
Lee-
morning.
Hey, it's funny too because I was just, I was like, okay, maybe there's a couple